And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. My name is Cargos. You are watching Good Morning Azeroth 37, your weekly Classic WoW news report. I'm joined yet again by the fellas. We got a returning friend of the channel as well, Crix, on board. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are excited for a good show. We'll be taking care of you for the next couple hours. We appreciate you guys tuning in. But first, as we do with all GMAs, I'm going to have to pass it over to my man DefCamp, and he's going to bless us all with a powerful blessing that's going to keep our spirits high throughout the next couple hours. DefCamp, my man, can you do the honors?
Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
I'm ready. Take the L. Don't even take your headphones off. Just keep them on.
Here we go. Here we go. Good morning, Azeroth! BGs are live, baby. Here we go. Let's get some Good Morning, Azeroth.
That was extra enthusiastic, man. I appreciate you.
Love to hear it.
Crix, do it again. How the hell are you guys? This is going to be our best show. We're setting the bar high. We want this to be our best show. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Been AFKing in BG, so it's not entirely what I'm supposed to do.
I'm AFK'd in it right now.
Oh, yeah? What are your guys' reputations at, man? Honored, revered? Don't tell me exalted.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're exalted
I just
yet.
think revered.
Revered? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm freaking honored. But I don't need anything, all right? I don't need a lay. I'm a priest. I get laid all the time.
Ooh, spicy. Spicy, guys.
Spice.
So we have big ambitions for this show, guys. This is your show. This is not our shows. We are just the vessels through which your show takes place. What we want to start doing on the GMAs moving forward is we want to start snapshotting how the community, speaking of snapshots at TOEP though, but we're going to try and get a sense of how you guys are feeling. And we're going to be asking you guys some questions. Doing the straw polls, you know how we do over here on GMA.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one thing to listen to four dudes ramble on with their own opinions. Everybody has opinions, right? But we're going to ask you guys a bunch of questions, get a bunch of feedback from you guys. We'll display them up here on screen, hopefully. I can manage that. And we'll be able to get a sense of how the community at large is doing, which I think is a higher quality, piece of content than just four dudes babbling on. So that's going to be going on. We're going to be highlighting some potential issues in the community. If you guys have issues, grievances, you got anything spicy, put it in the chat, man. You never know. If it's spicy enough, we might talk about it.
Spice is life.
The spice is life. So, well, anyway, let's do a round of let's just do an introduction for Crix first, because you've been on the channel before, Crix, but not a lot of people have met you, and I know you're gonna start streaming and stuff. If you could be so kind.
What's up? I'm Crix in the guild with Cargos. I play Undead Warlock, Shred and shit. I've been playing Classic since the beginning. Didn't really do a lot of private server. I'm a retail baby, a retail boomer. And yeah, that's about it.
Hell yeah, man. Good to have you here. Good to have you, Crix. Crix is a big pumper, as they say. Big pumper, large pumps. Every week, slapping him down. What, you got a couple pinks in there? I think he's 95, 96. What's your overall average?
96.8.
96.8, he knows, just
Because
like
of my
that.
domo.
Boom. Because of his
Fucking
domo.
domo.
Big shout out to Sparkina from the BB Discord. I love you, fam. I really appreciate for your continued support, man. And Toph with the Twitch. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime, bro. I appreciate it, Toph. You the man. DefCamp, doing anything? How are you guys doing this week? How was your week? How's everything going in your lives?
Well, as you probably know, I had exams as a teacher, not as a student, so been correcting a lot, and that's basically the reason I've been in AFKing in AV so much. But I try to semi AFK sometimes, and sometimes I totally in the game. But well, it's been a good week. Just not really as good as I would have hoped, but we go into that later. BGs are kind of disappointing to me right now.
How was school, by the way? So you guys probably know I was doing it as a teacher. Any of your kids playing Classic WoW?
Don't think so, actually. No, I don't think so. Well, not that I know of, at least.
Gotcha.
They
They shouldn't be.
if they were,
It's
right?
exams. Yeah.
They get
Sorry?
extra credit.
Crazy.
They get extra credit if they play Classic WoW, right?
True though.
Better.
True. You gotta cut them a little slack, dude. Turn that C- into a C if they're playing Classic.
Yeah.
The AV grind is real, man. Really.
Yeah.
I am very upset that you do AFKing and well, you're lying, so that's fine. You can keep on AFKing in your but I gotta say, my week, man, I had a pretty work was a little hectic this week with I had a bunch of training and shit. But the week is over. It is now the weekend. I love BGs. Okay, I love BGs. I love Warsong. However, AV, with coming out, we'll talk about that again more. But I'm doing great now, baby. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the energy, and I love you guys, and I love this fucking game. So
Best community, best game. Can we get some ones in the chat if this is the best community, best gaming community in the planet? And I'm so hyped right now because a lot has happened in 1 week. How long has it been since the last GMA? And
I think it's 1 week, yeah.
A
Like
little
1 week and a half, maybe.
Yeah, okay, because we do it at
had it
different
on
times
Tuesday,
throughout
I
the
think.
day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's true. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it 100% authentic and real with you guys. Like, I'm not going to shill Classic and be super excited if I'm not genuinely feeling super excited. For whatever reason, you go through phases.
Yeah.
At least I do, at least. Where you're super motivated to play, then you kind of burn out a little bit, get a little demotivated, whatever happens, life stuff happens.
Totally normal, dude. Happens to everybody. Yeah.
Right? I'm going through one of those upticks right now. You guys have seen it. I've been streaming more.
Mhm.
I started a new character. That was a huge.
awesome.
Starting the new character. I'll be talking about that. Shout out to Blood Sail Buccaneers. The
Hell
hottest
yeah!
server.
I just want to say something, Cargo, is that your whole just like rejuvenation was fucking what's the word? What's the word when you got a disease and it spreads to people? What the hell's that
Contagious?
word? Contagious.
Ooh.
Yes, it was contagious.
Contagious.
It got Mo Run to start streaming. It got me to get back on streaming.
Actually,
And
got me to start streaming a little bit too.
Seriously,
No
it was
way. That's-
contagious,
Yeah.
Cargos.
Feels good.
And that's what we love about you so much, man. You're genuine, just complete. You're so genuine, and it bled out to the point where we all wanted to get back into it, and it really made us feel good, man.
Feels
That's
good, man.
totally true. I want to say I used to watch quite a lot of classic WoW videos before the launch and stuff, and now since you started streaming, that's actually the first time I actually watched a stream for multiple hours of classic WoW.
Wow.
And I even looked your streams up via your Discord, I think, because they weren't public, so I could just have them on the background. That's the kind of content I like, man. It's really nice,
Yeah,
especially because you play Paladin too, and the entire thing about being so chillaxed and just leveling, don't force anything, don't go the most efficient way, just play the game.
It was
That's
so
really
refreshing.
nice, man. Yeah,
It was
very,
so refreshing
very
to see that, and it made me realize what I love about this game so much. When you talked about that the other week, and it just gave me so much motivation to want to make it all and level him and doing all this stuff and starting to stream again and all. So much motivation. So thank you for that, brother.
Dude,
Same.
I don't know what to
Thanks.
say. That's very touching. Like, real talk. Like, that's very, very touching of you guys to say. Like, just to be transparent with you guys of what happened, with me personally over the past week. I've been playing my Warlock, it's been fine, right? But something that's been building up inside of me for the past weeks is the whole leveling meta set the tone of Classic for me in a very strange way. It set a very dark tone for me because it was almost like when min-maxing goes too far. I've been multi-boxing, I've been following my Warlock around. Everything is just, it's I don't know, for some reason, like that would just build up inside of me, and I feel like the leveling, being the spell cleave dungeon meta, it accelerated the rate of content. I just needed something to fall back in love with the game, to reconnect with the game, so I did like the polar opposite thing that I should be doing with PvP ranking, and I rolled a Dwarf Paladin on a RP server, Blood Sail Buccaneers, and I was recreating my original first level 60 I had, and just leveling the old-fashioned way by myself. PvE server, RP server, out in the open world, just doing the quests, talking with you guys, and it was so unbelievably good. Like, I feel so much more connected with the game again. I've now realized this whole new world and bucket of content, which is just chill vibes, nostalgic vibes, talking to the people, communicating with the people. And what I have been doing in the past is doing these things like panels and all this, which is great, but that's like being an observer, watching conversation take place instead of having a conversation. So I'm blabbering on, but I'm very excited to continue leveling characters and taking it easy, and I feel like I'm playing for the right reasons again. So thank you very much for that, guys.
Awesome, dude. And the people there, I just want to say on Blood Sail, so welcoming, dude. So welcoming. So awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing people. So shouts out to you guys over there on Blood Sail.
So far, so good, man. So far, so good. So that's our weekly little catch-up there. It's really good to hear from you guys. I love doing the GMAs, man. Let's talk about what happened. Let's. I know it's obvious to us, but some people, maybe they're coming back from a vacation, a hiatus. What actually happened, Crix? What happened with the game recently? Like, as far as just updates to the game and everything. Or anyone. Def can't do it, Dan.
Well,
yeah. So we got Battlegrounds, obviously, and more excitingly, we got a keyring.
Yeah. Keyring.
Pugger's in
Yeah.
the chat for the key ring. Oh yeah, that's big.
So,
Too bad I
yeah,
deleted
the
all my
key ring.
keys though. Too bad I deleted all of them because I was so
Wait,
sick of them.
What? You deleted
why?
them?
Not like all of them, but yeah, they're in my bank just collecting dust, and you know how it is at the Warlock inventory space. I'm like, delete, delete, delete. Like I don't have the SM
Oh
key.
my god.
I think I got the SM key still, fam. No SM key.
So
Yeah.
I think I have all the keys, but I'm not really sure. I think I have
All
them
the
all, but I
keys?
think so, but I only have 6 in my keyring because many of the keys you can't put in the keyring, like
Right.
Onyxia or what else?
The ones from for BRD, the friggin' the box keys.
Oh,
you
those.
know,
Yeah. I don't count those. I
Yeah.
count like Crescent key, Skeleton
Oh,
key,
yeah,
Key to
yeah.
the City, Shadowforge key. Those keys. I think I have them all, but I just missed the Uber's key. But I actually just need to finish the last quest in Elbers. I have all the fragments and stuff. Kill the dragon. I have to go back to
Nice.
Elbers, and then
That's a
the other-
huge asset for the guild, man. Getting the Uber's key. Gotta do it.
Oh,
yeah. Do
Yeah,
it.
I think other people got it, but I just wanted to complete the key quest, if that makes sense.
That's key. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so keyring, big part of the latest patch, and then obviously battlegrounds, right? But like, yeah, battlegrounds. I think Wars and Gulch will be a lot of fun. Right now, AV is not what I hoped it would be. I thought it would be crap because it's 1.12, but it's
Right.
yeah. I just don't like it, but maybe you guys do.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that more. The cameras are a little bit messed up right now just because Crix is resetting his Discord, but it should be good now. They're back.
Okay.
We're back.
Still
We're good.
alive.
We're Gucci. So yeah, Battlegrounds coming out. A lot of reverberations there across the entire game. You know, just how the world looks and feels. Maybe some implications with faction balance. There's a lot to talk about here, but going into my own anecdotal experiences sharing that playing on a US PvP server on Horde on Scarum on a server that has a big a large faction imbalance, right, where we're probably 70-30 Horde to Alliance. The world PvP meta, it was almost lose-lose for both sides, I would feel. The Alliance were sick of just getting ganged up on and not fighting on a even keel. The Horde were also tiring, hunting these Alliance who were playing keep away with them, portaling around the world just to get a few scraps of honor kills here and there, honor trading, all these types of things were going on. And it felt like a lot of people were unhappy with the current meta of PvP. So Blizzard, I think, accelerated the release of BGs, and here we are with BGs out. So what has happened since BGs came out, from my perspective, is that things have chilled out a lot on our server. We have a PvP Salt channel. It's been a lot quieter there. Maybe a few bans, here and there. Maybe that helped get it done as well. But it feels, at least from my perspective, that people are a little bit more chill. The server maybe isn't as, air quotes, toxic. What do you guys think about that? Is that just me?
No, I completely agree. It's definitely been much more calm and laxed on Skyrim, at least, and there have been a little bit pockets of PvP here and there, but much less than what we're used to, and it feels like things are a little bit back to normal, kind of, normal, whatever normal is. But yeah, everyone, you go up to Alterac Mountains and you see the entire Horde like in the cave, everyone queuing up. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I think definitely made a huge change to the world PvP aspect of it.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't really check out the world PvP yet because since the patch came out, I've been in AV like 24/7, or when I was online at least.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. The only thing I noticed is that Ironforge feels empty.
Feels safer, maybe. So there's also pros and cons. There's give and take, right? So let's talk about this as a stream. If you guys have feedback, people in the chat, this is your show. Remember that, right? So maybe the world is more chill, but let's play devil's advocate. That could be conceived as a bad thing in the sense that people are now living in more instances, right? So we have already, when it comes to farming gold, people live in Dire Maul, they live in Maradon. Now when it comes to PvP and ranking, they live in AV, right? They live in these things. So there's less people out there PvPing in the open world. Now we just went through a phase where we thought that would be awesome, but the faction imbalance kind of made it so it wasn't as enjoyable as people might have thought it could have been. So what I guess is happening now that people are living and these rankers are living inside of BGs is that the PvP engagements that you do face out in the open world are probably a little bit more organic. It's not death balls. It's people actually doing stuff out in the open world and just crossing paths with a member of the opposite faction. And those are those are at least my favorite skirmishes to be had, right? When it's just a one-on-one or a a 2v2 or something like that. So I would say overall, my spin on it would be I think it's a good thing with BGs coming out. I think it's making the world just more enjoyable. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I totally agree there. But I think it's a good thing because the servers are so huge. It's because the servers were way too big to start with that the PvP in open world wasn't really as fun as I would hope it would have been. And now because people are sitting in queues and sitting in BGs, basically in instances, basically, the server size just dropped down a lot. Like the open world server size dropped down a lot, and you have more like the actual server size, right? And I think that's really a good thing for open world PvP and stuff. So yeah, totally agree there.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about what you just said, Jintoki. So the world does feel a little bit more steady, but like Jintoki mentioned here, which we're going to talk about, is he said he doesn't like it's a Zerg where nothing matters. I doubt it will ever see the big bosses you can spawn. That's the issue with a lot of people right now with the meta of AV is that, and the version of AV that it is, right? So like I totally forgot that in this version there's like no herbs, and there's like I used to love finding herbs and AV and all this shit, but man, I'm kind of upset. I mean, it was to be expected, right? I guess that this version of AV wasn't going to be what we all remembered from back in the day. I just really, really, really miss those old AVs, man.
Do you? You miss the old AVs?
I
do too.
Yeah.
I really do. I like it is right now. It's like basically I said it last UMA. I thought it would be a giant rush fest, to put it in some kind words, but it's even worse. When it just came out, basically AV games were 5 to 6 minutes. Now it's increased to like an average maybe 20 minutes. But the thing is, I don't want them to last 20 minutes right now because it's just so plain boring. I might go on a rant for a few seconds if that's
go ahead.
fine.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of difficult, right? I really would have liked to have the old AV with those 24 hours battles where you can do whatever the map is intended for, where you can do the quests and go in the mines and try to
herbs.
battle the tower. Pick herbs, do what it was intended for. Do those things, but now you can't do that, and the best way to do it right now is just zerg the opponent and finish it ASAP. So on the one hand, I want really long battles, and now I really hope the games are done within 5 to 6 minutes, which isn't happening, and I feel bad because I'm just waiting for it to end, basically.
I totally feel you, because it gets so frustrating, right? You join an AV, like what's happening like to me earlier today. I join an AV and the entire horde goes to Belinda, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Go to Van. Like, why are you guys going to Belinda? Like, it's either you do the rush or you don't, and then it's like a 25-minute turtle, rather than an hour turtle or whatever. So you get frustrated at the fact that it's not going the way it should be. But realistically, I don't want it to be going this way anyway, because I hate the meta right now. I hate that it's turned into this. I myself really don't even need anything in AV, right? I'm a priest, so I don't need
I wouldn't even bother then.
But I love AV, though.
What are you hoping to get at?
I love AV. I'm hoping. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Let's throw this in the chat. First drop
like AV? I love what AV could.
Yeah, my bad. Mic issues. Do I sound good?
You sound good.
You're good now.
You sound
good. Crix, the thing is, I don't love AV the way it is now, but I love what AV can be. But I guess I'm never going to see that.
Let's think about this.
I don't know why the fuck I am queuing. I really don't know why.
Let's talk this through. So I'm dropping a straw poll in the chat right now. We're going to be doing lots of straw polls, dude. Get your straw hats. Get ready for the engagement. I want to see where the community's at on this, because we're just 4 dudes, right? Everybody's got an opinion. Opinions are like blank. Everyone's got one, right? They're like buttholes, exactly. So, speaking of buttholes, you guys happy with AV in its current state is the question. Throwing it out there. I want to see what people think about this, and then
is there a hell no?
Let's see. No, well, you say you like AV, right? And I know Melderon doesn't like AV. I know you do like AV. What is your expectation? Like, what is describe to me the perfect Alterac Valley? Like, just
Well, 1.4 Alterac Valley. That's the perfect one.
Well, describe
Or
it.
you
Play
have-
it out for me. Play it out for me. Like you're in the
well-
tunnel, dude. You're in the starting screen. You're getting hype. You're like, dude, AV time. I got my Stella with me right now. It's gonna be a great evening.
There's a really easy way to understand it, and that's what you just experienced with your Paladin on the RP server. That's basically the old AV, and what you did before, where you went through the game ASAP, that's the new AV. So
that's a good
the
way
old
of,
one is
yeah.
the old one is relaxing. You can do it at whatever pace you want. The battle is going on anyway. It's slow moving, and it's basically a game inside the game. And the map is also intended to be a game inside the game. And right now, you skip like 90% of everything.
Talking about it is one thing,
for.
though. Actually explaining how this plays out and the time commitment, like you move
You
out of the
like
tunnel.
all the statistics and all that kind of stuff.
No. I mean, like explain.
Well, I just want to say, like, I feel like it's a perfect mix of PVE and PvP, the true AV, right? Whereas this is just pure PVE. What we're doing right now.
No, it's
You know
true.
what I mean?
True. In the old AV, you could go for some big AoE fights for a couple of hours if you wanted, and then if you felt like, okay, I've had enough for a few moments, you could go back to the town, do some quests, get some rams, do whatever you want, and then pick some herbs, maybe go to the mine, and then you could go back, right? You could also have those little gank fests, like have a couple of rogues and
the turn-ins too, right? That's another thing that turns. I feel like the thing that draws me to AV, for me, like going to AV wouldn't be the most efficient play. It's something that you would do for fun potentially, like if and you would do it for fun because it is like a war zone. It's this huge map that would take you like 20 minutes to walk up, right? And you have some people that are actually doing the PvE thing, clearing out the mines, and that's still helping the war effort. You're able to summon bosses. You're able to, do a lot of these things. How long is the perfect AV for you taking? Like, is it an evening's worth of activities? You do an AV and that's
the perfect AV for me is 2 hours, I'd say.
2 hours.
For me, it doesn't have a length. It can be anything. For me, AV is not about finishing. It's just there is an ongoing battle. It goes up and down, and sometimes you are winning, and then a few hours later you might be losing. It's just like a long war, basically, and you can join in whenever you want. I think the concept of AV, like the old AV, is really good, but yeah, we don't have it anymore.
On paper, it sounds more fun. The idea that there's a war that goes on for so long that you literally can leave because you have to. Your play session is over, and you can come back, and that same battle is still being waged. From like kind of an RP fun standpoint, that sounds pretty awesome. It sounds like an epic battle, like with actual like a front line and a back line and logistics and supply, and it just wages on and on and on, and that's very Milsim.
This feels too Zergy.
Yeah.
This feels way too Zergy. Absolutely.
It doesn't seem fun. I don't know if I just had bad AVs, but it feels like I queue into one, I wait for the queue, and by the time I make it north, a team won, or I'm dead.
Have you ever experienced the other AVs, Crix? The old school
In
AVs?
vanilla, I did, and they were too. I didn't like them in vanilla too, so maybe I'm just biased. But
now the thing is, even if we had the old AV, it sounds really nice on paper and stuff, but it can still get boring. At least it's way better than this is, and like you said, it's something to have fun in, and you do it whenever you want it. Basically, back then I didn't really care so much about the reputation. I got it anyway in the end. But now, AV for me now, it basically feels like playing retail and doing just leveling a character. You need to do it. It's extremely boring, but you need to get through it. And once you have done it, you will never do it again.
It's like an artifact run or something like that. Yeah. That's a Melderon's aspect. He's like, I'm going to get my Land of Life Giver, and I'm never going to go into AV again.
The interesting thing about choosing this version of AV and the meta being what it is, because I don't know if Blizzard has the foresight to see the meta and what it might be, is that it literally invalidates a lot of the content in AV, right? Like you just don't do any 100 quests or something that's in AV, all these different mechanics of AV, you actually don't do. So what's the point of them even being there?
That was my question, right? Yeah. So like, why do you guys think Blizzard picked this AV?
Why? Okay, let's come up with real reasons. Why did Blizzard pick this AV? Chat, Hivemind, chat, internet, Warcraft people, please. Why did they pick? What do you guys think?
What's the reason?
Might be the one they still had the backup of.
Maybe
the map changed a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just the easiest to recreate in a way.
I feel like it would be the hardest to recreate because there's so much little things you gotta put.
This one, you mean?
Code, they're lazy. So you think it's like almost a implementation thing that would just be way easier and more seamless to implement? That's the code they had? Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know if I buy. I don't know. I just there's got to be some kind of other, like, I mean, private servers were able to do the old school BBG, and they did it in a relatively pretty decent way. Why couldn't Blizzard do that? I don't understand the reasoning behind it. And then they end up giving retail this version of AV. I don't know if it was like I think it was like a one-time thing, holiday thing, or whatever. But they made it more like the old school AVs. Like, it's kind of like a slap in the face, to the classic players. Like, I just don't understand what the hell the reasoning was. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
yeah,
it's in the same idea as saying it in
1.12?
1.12 patch, right? Yeah. So why did they choose 1.12?
Right.
Somewhat
Do
same
you do AV? Do you plan to do AV after you get your rep?
No. No, never again.
Never again.
Even the thing is, it might be the best way to get honor, and if that is the case,
You say that
then...
every time about stuff to leveling too. Like, I mean, I don't know. Every time I hit some 60, I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna do that again, and then you just do it. Like,
Yeah, but
dude,
yeah,
it's serious. He's like, no, I'm literally never doing that again. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. The thing is, if it's the best way to get honor, I'm just not going to bother with getting honor at all.
Yeah.
Do you guys like that? That's the best way to get honor.
No. If this is the best way to get honor, which I think it is right now, then getting honor is just PvP.
I think it kind of
PvE.
ruined the ranking thing. I think it kind of, it didn't took the
Mhm.
fun out of the whole rank. I mean, I wasn't going to rank anyway, but the people, I can't speak for the people who are ranking, but I don't think this is what they expected.
Go further
mean,
with that. Go further with that,
yeah.
Crix. What do you mean by that? That's something I want to talk about as well. With the
It's
ranking.
well, it's not easier for everybody, but I just feel like the people who are ranking they can just live in AV now, and it takes the fun out of. Look how many people were so excited to do pre-made Warzone Gulches. So many people were just like, oh, pre-mades, let's get the pre-mades team ready to go, and then now it's out, and nobody's. I mean, people are doing Warzone Gulch, but not the real rankers aren't, who plan to live pre-mades 18 hours a day.
I'm 100% on the same page with you, man. If I had to pick one thing that's most disappointing to me with AV, and I'm not a huge passionate AV person, I could go either way. AV's cool, but I'm not writing any letters or any petitions over AV. It's all good. Like, the thing is, I see the people that are most passionate and excited to PvP, and the people that are ranking the hardest, the Gen 1 rankers who out there just grinding nonstop. North's just been eating walnuts for weeks probably. Dude is like my man Frost Live, dude. He looked like a hollow husk of a human being just in AV, half asleep, brain dead. His character was glitched out. He couldn't even spawn. I'm watching these people. They're the ones most excited for Warsong, but it seems like they can't do it as much as they would want. Traditionally on private servers, Warsong, pre-mades would be the best, most efficient way to get honor, right? And they were saying that it's not so much the amount of honor you get after each Warsong, but it's mainly the queue time. So maybe Alliance can queue Warsong pretty effectively. If Alliance pre-mades, maybe they can be doing that. And
they have an add-on to do it.
They have an add-on. Oh, you're saying for AV or Warsong? Warsong, you can just queue the pre-mades.
For AV, they have an add-on.
They have an add-on. Yeah, so maybe for Alliance they're able to do that, but at least on the Horde side, the people they almost have to live in AV, which is like a PvE experience, not a PvP one, which is unfortunate. And it's
Look, Phage in the chat says there's a guy on Scarum right now who is top 5 right now, and he had 0 rank points in the first 5 weeks of PvP. That's just a slap in the face to so many people I know just on our server who just grinded how many hours a day, open world PvP, dealing with the death balls, and now they're just getting.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Isn't it relative though? Like let's get some answers here too. So let's say weeks 1 through 4, it's open world PvP, and people are getting a certain amount of honor, certain values. You get 200 honor a kill, whatever it might be. The brackets are determined based on the total amount of all the players and how much honor they're getting. It scales relative. So now if the honor caps or the brackets are probably huge, they've swollen up a lot, but that doesn't mean they're gonna get. Does that mean they're going to make more efficient progress towards rank 14? Isn't everybody in that together, and it's all going to scale with the amount of people? Maybe I don't understand
I think you're right. I think it might just even be harder to rank now, because everyone is doing it, and everyone is getting reputation.
Yeah.
So it's harder to actually do it better, right? Before you could go through the world PvP all day and separate yourself from the masses. But now the
Right.
masses are with you in AV.
I see. So the results of this AV poll, interesting. Not as one-sided as I thought. So the question was, are you happy with AV in its current state? There's a surprising 37% of people say yes, and 63.41% say no. So it's not. I was thinking that maybe, especially because we tend to lead the passer as streamers when we ask questions, it's pretty obvious what our intentions are. I was expecting it to be like 80-20, 90-10. Some people are happy with it. It's not maybe as one-sided. These are the type of insights we're trying to provide here with GMA as a vessel for you guys. So okay, now Warsong from my perspective. Well, okay, PvP is a lot more fun to me. I actually feel motivated to play my Warlock again. I was feeling demotivated at World of Paladin and blah blah blah. Now that Battlegrounds are out and I can just solo queue from the city, I haven't been rocking big pre-mades and stuff, but the fact that I can just queue up Warsong and it's like a 4-minute queue time and I can hop into a Warsong and play Warsong, that is top tier fun. That is, for me, so much fun. Like I couldn't care less about how much honor I'm getting. It's whatever. I'm a Warlock, so I'm a little bit immune to some of that stuff. Like it's not the end of the world for me if I don't get rank X, Y, or Z. But I'm having a ton of fun in Warsongs. The queue times are shorter than I anticipated. On the Horde side, 4 minutes. That's nothing. That's changed. Like it's to the point you can actually stream it with not too much downtime in between. And I'm having a ton of fun in Warsong. You guys been messing with it at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Something that I really enjoyed was just grouping up with Meldron and Sarmonican, and we ended up doing some Warsong and had so much fun. You know, I love doing that, just grouping up with like 2 or 3 people and going in there with your friends and doing some Warsongs. It's especially as a healer, you know, just going in there and being able to, back up people. And I love it. I really do. So I really look forward to doing more of that, especially once everyone is revered with all AV and they're done with it. A lot more people, I feel like, are going to start doing Warsong. And
then the real pre-mades.
Exactly, yeah.
I think Warsong Gulch is together with AP later. It's the best place to be as a healer in PvP.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoy Warsong Gulch as a healer. I didn't do a single one yet because I just want to rush AV reputation first. But when I'm done with it, I'm definitely gonna do some Warsong Gulch. Like I said, as a healer, it's really nice. But I wonder, and that's maybe a second straw poll, I don't know. I wonder if they should nerf AV honor in any way or boost Warsong Gulch honor to make Warsong Gulch like the main thing to rank instead of AV.
That's a good thought.
I think they should.
Well, I've heard reports that it's not so that the honor is competitive with Warsong, but it's the queue times. So maybe nothing, it's the queue times on the Horde side at least. Does anybody, what ranks are you guys? Who's the highest rank in it? Do we have some very large member rankers in the chat that know, a little bit more about that as far as that? I'd be curious. I also want to talk about the trajectory. So looking forward, right? Right now, AV is the meta. People are spamming AV. And if it's truly queue times, hear me out on this, right? If it's queue times that are making insta-pop AVs, it's the most efficient thing to do. Imagine a world where everybody gets their rep rewards so fast because they're spamming AV. And then they never do AV again, like what Dunedain is saying.
Yep.
They never do AV. They're like, I'm out. That place is AIDS, dude. No thank you. AV, hard pass. What if the queue times slow down? They slow down with AV, and it goes to 4 minutes or something, and now we're in a world, Warsong 4-minute queue. And Warsong gets faster as a result. What about that? Warsong gets faster as a result.
I guess a lot has to do too with like what the weekend is. You know what I mean? Like in the future, like I'll probably still do AV if it's AV weekend. Because you're getting that extra honor and stuff like that. So I think a lot will depend on that as well. But for the most part, I think AV is gonna drop significantly after. Even like I don't know. I either way, I think people are gonna be sick of AV after getting revered with it the way it is. I'm sorry, exalted with it the way it is, and even like the people will probably queue up for it if it's AV weekend. Other than that, that's going to be it.
The thing is, I think it depends a little bit. So if you join Warsong Gulch not in a pre-made, Warsong Gulch can take a long time to finish. So in that way, it might not be the best way to get honor fast. If you join it as pre-made, it can be finished really quickly though. The problem is when you have 2 pre-made premates against each other, then things might get longer again. So I think in the end it comes down, if you're really ranking for the high ranks, it comes down to what's the best honor per hour. And I think if premates are going to be matched against each other, then I still feel AV might be having the edge there. I mean, I'm not sure. I can't really foresee in the future, of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think this might be a situation where like the forces of nature might naturally bring balance to this potentially. Like if people get all their AV rewards and the Gen 1 rankers and everybody who's like super serious about it, they go get their stuff and they're out. They're never touching AV again. Warsong queues speed up as a result.
Yeah.
Maybe it regulates itself. It's a possibility. I know a ton of people like doing the disposition. They're just so sick of it. They're trying to get it over with and never touch it again. So.
Off topic, kind of, but as you guys are healers, do you guys go as your DPS specs, or do you guys go into AV as healing? And if so, what do you do?
I'm in AV as a healer. I'm in AV as a PvE spec healer with PvE gear. I thought about bringing PvP gear. I don't have a lot, but
Well, you just AFK anyway, so
yeah. But even if I don't, at least 50% of the games I did in AFK. So even then, I feel like PvE gear is the best because I just want to heal as much as I can.
right, you're never really getting into combat with it. If it does turn into a turtle, you can switch your gear, right? So that's what I do as well. I pretty much will have my full PvE set on, and heal for Van. There's a lot of healing that needs to go out when you rush, and that's what I do. So I'll heal for Van. I feel like as a healer, it's probably sometimes one of the most important things, because when you have a group go up and push Van, those healers is what's keeping everyone alive. So it actually is somewhat engaging to heal an AV. It's not the most fun thing ever, but it is at least you're doing something,
The healing part is decent. The problem is you have to sit on the horse for 5 minutes every game, then heal for 3 minutes, and then do it all over again. And if you fail, you just turtle for half an hour.
Another thing I've been thinking about, again, it's a little bit off topic too. So BWL is coming out. We'll be talking about that a little bit later, like when you guys want that and all that stuff, right? I am broke AF right now in game. I went through that phase of farming Dire Maul like all day every day, and I did that for like a solid week. Made a good amount of money in there, I'm not gonna lie. But then a couple weeks of raid logging, you would be surprised the money will go down the drain. The thing is, BWL is coming out. It's a much harder slate of content that we're gonna approach. How do you recover from being broke, dude? How do you get back out there and start getting the gold, man? Like, we're gonna need flasks upon flasks upon flasks. We're gonna have to need multiple sets of consumables for both MC and BWL moving into later patches when you're doing multiple raids and stuff. Like, this is kind of bad, dude. Like, this is coming out.
I'm
gonna need to
spot, dude. Yeah,
I'm gonna need some streamer privilege or something, dude. Yeah, that's in the back of your mind. I blew through all. Broke. Right? Are you broke too, Crix? Be honest, dude.
Yeah, I have some investments for the future, but they're already spent. So I'm sitting there like 200 gold.
Yeah, man.
And every time I try, I just can't do DM Mara anymore, man. I just can't take it. My mind can't.
Your mind can't take it.
I am in the same fucking boat as you guys. I have 188 gold right now. I owed Meldron like 200 gold. I just paid him back. Took me like 2 weeks to do that. I am like sick of doing DM Lasher runs. Right. I am like sick of. I would have loved to if there was herbs in AV. I could have made money doing that, but it's not. They're not, right? So, it kind of sucks right now because I really don't want to sit around doing DM.
I know.
While I could, you know what I mean? While I could be doing BGs and shit.
What are you gonna say?
The thing I usually do is enchant and blacksmith in Ironforge, and it makes a surprisingly high amount of money. At least it did before BGs. And now people are in BGs instead of buying enchants. But I think if you do it at the right time, you can still make quite some good money. And for blacksmithing, you can put stuff on auction house like Thorium Shield Spike that sells for quite a high.
Just bought one of those and spent too much money. Oh man, so
there's some people out there who are doing. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it felt like the prices have been increasing too. Like they don't. Yeah. Some stuff has kind of gone down a little bit. Like Lotus kind of had spiked up to a crazy amount, went back down again. The thing is, this is one major takeaway from this server, and it's applied to every server in the past, but like I really felt it this time around. You really got to be patient with the mats, man. Like, so for weeks and weeks leading up to this, I had so many sapper charges, and I would sell sappers for about a gold 30 per, and I thought that was pretty good. I was making good money on that. That was helping, you know, push my Maridon farming GP gold per hour up, and I was selling for a gold 30 per, and I was one of the only dudes selling them. You know, things like that. People had tons of Lotuses and they're selling them for XYZ. If you really were just patient with all of that, you would make 10 times the amount of money. Like, you really would, dude. Like, just being patient and knowing what's going to go up in value. I totally shit the bed there and have made countless misplays. You guys know about my wool cloth fiasco. There's been a lot of misplays on that financially, dude. Financially, I've made some misplays. I don't know, man. We got to find a way, dude. We got to ask Asmongold, dude. How does he make all his money, dude? We gotta.
Oh, are you kidding me? Like, yeah.
I almost don't even care enough to farm gold. Just farm enough gold during the week for a flask for BWO and just call it good.
So it's part of the fun too, but you should think about it. We never required any consumables for Molten Core, and as it turns out, it wasn't really needed either. So if you want to bring consumables, you can, but many people don't. So maybe just don't bring consumables to MC. Only bring them to the highest tier raid. It's not, even for BWL, it might be not needed. But depends what your goal is, of course.
We're Parse Lords. In Carl, we gotta bring that flask.
Not anymore, dude. I'm gonna be panhandling in Orgrimmar right by the mud hut, bro. I got I have been spending the last fumes of the gas tank on PvP consumed because I'm queuing BGs and I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm not gonna go farm some in the middle of a stream. I'll just go buy it. Yo, we gotta figure something out, man. We gotta put our big brains together. You got those clutches
like Phage in the guild. He's queuing. And like he's a druid, so he's queuing and he's taking his Moonglade port and flying to Winterspring and going looking for arcane crystals while he's waiting for his queue.
That's the play, man. That's the play. Look, French Tech selling sappers for 3 gold 25. You know how much money I would have if I was able to sell those? I sold hundreds of sapper charges for 1 gold 30, thinking I was a big baller, and now I'm broke. So, lesson learned, man. Lesson learned. Oh man. Yo, as a pally though, you should the gold making's got to be pretty good if you go Prot Holy. You're spec doing the thing. You can pull the entire dungeon. I was watching this video the other day. You can go pull like the entirety of SFK, or you can pull these lower level dungeons. You can pull like the entire dungeon with the Skull Flame shield equipped, and it keeps healing you. And you run to the actual very end of the instance. You pull the entire dungeon in one pull. Then you swap to the engineering shield that keeps breaking, and you kill everything. I wonder if that's amazing. Go pro. Kind of off topic, but like it's pretty insane in that class.
I didn't try that, but I don't have engineering either. I should definitely try that. I do use that trinket from Molten Core, from Ragnaros, the one that gives AoE damage.
Oh, you have that one?
Yeah, I do. I was super excited when I won that one. But basically all I do is Diramol farms, but I don't do them very often. I just use Professions a lot, and sometimes when I feel like doing it, I go do some Diramol East. Yeah, it works fine.
I thought I deleted all the evidence of the wool cloth fiasco. Kelfast saved the screenshot, dude. If you put the screenshot in Twitch and put it on YouTube, that was only one of the alts. Keep in mind that was one alt of like many. All bags filled with wool. Like it was. I don't want to talk about it, dude.
What was that guy's name?
Too fucking funny, man.
What do we call him, dude? I forgot, man.
That dude was a shark.
That dude was. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh,
That's
man.
part of vanilla, though.
It is. It is. Oh man, so let's keep talking about PvP because that's like the first section here. What else to think about? So we're thinking about moving forward, Warsong Gulch, may become the meta potentially as people get stuff in AV.
So there's one little thing. I feel like I'm whining a bit today, but it's not intended. I still really like the game, but just a little bit disappointed with AV and stuff. But the battle groups, I really thought we would get battle groups, but on EU sites, everything is one giant battle group. That's including every language, like French, German, Spanish, Russians. Everyone is in the same battle group. Now, in AV, it doesn't matter because everyone knows what to do. But in Warsong Gulch, you kind of have to communicate, right? So if I'm with a bunch of Russians who don't speak English, then I don't mind playing with Russians, but we have to be able to communicate. So I don't really see the idea behind that one giant battle group, really.
Doesn't sound smart.
A European battle group. It's got to be the most insane thing. So
Yeah,
let me get this
dude.
straight. Let me get this straight, Dunedain. Let me get this straight, bro. You're telling me Italy, Germany, Russia, France, some
Yeah.
other European nations, all the European nations are all together with all the different languages on one server. That's what you're telling me.
As far as I can see, yeah. We match with a lot of Russians.
Yikes.
So, I think so.
Does everybody
I
just
didn't-
default on English then? How does that even work?
Yeah,
what if they
basically
don't
it's
know?
always English. So if anyone has evidence of there being 2 or 3 battle groups, please let me know. But if there isn't, well, for me it seems like there isn't because we have Russians in our battle group, which is
Right.
strange, right? So, I don't know really what's the deal with that.
Okay, so it's BM to not speak English on EU. Okay, so that's people just default to that. Okay, so it doesn't sound too bad.
No, if they can speak English, it's not a problem. Depends, though. If you play again, like the Russians, I don't know how they do it, but we sometimes play against 40 Russians in AV. So imagine being like the one English guy in the crowd. That's I don't really want to be that guy then. But what I was going to say, I forgot. Keep talking. I will think of it.
Well, one of
again.
the-
It says it's all region wide and the languages on NA too, but I mean in America you don't have too many languages you gotta deal with. Where Dunedain is, there's a bunch of different.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I wonder how many AV instances do you have on prime time?
Over 3. Like I've seen 350-ish, or maybe more.
Okay. Yeah, so I've seen
More than that,
yesterday
actually.
close to 500. So I think it's one battle group, really.
all right, so I'm switch gears a little bit. I want to do this like every week, just really quick, as a little litmus test of the community. We have a small sample size here, a couple hundred of us, nothing too crazy, but I just want you guys to very simply rate your enjoyment of the game. So, all factors considered, PvE, PvP, leveling alts, whatever it is you're doing, just take it all into consideration, and let's give a score here on this straw poll. We're gonna be doing lots of straw polls. 1 being not enjoying it at all, unsubbed or playing super very little. Let's maybe say like a 3 is like raid logging or something. 10 best game ever, still enjoying it, motivation level 100%. We can keep talking while they fill that out, but what do you guys say?
What are you guys?
I'm saying 9 right now.
I'm still, even though I whined a lot today, I'm still saying 10 because it's still a game I love
man.
the most, and I still enjoy it a lot. I played a lot on my paladin, played a lot on elves. I have still many plans to do.
It's the only game I play, dude. Like you know what I mean? The fact that it would have to be it would have to be 9. Like if it was any lower, I would be playing another game or something. I don't know. Like think
I
about
wouldn't play anything else.
Exactly.
They
like
have to really fuck it up a lot in order for me to play anything else, and I
that's
don't
how
see
I
that
feel.
happening.
It's
Yeah.
like this. Like I love this game so much to the fact where I might complain about it here and there, might be upset with a few things, but there's no other game right now I'd rather be playing. Nothing.
More
Exactly.
building on that too. Even if the game was kind of trash for whatever reason, like I'm trying to imagine that, like all my friends are now playing this. Like you guys are playing this.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? What else am I gonna go play? Freaking Witcher 3 by myself, like, and spin my chair around, like, it becomes more than that, like, that it's just like not having your friends anymore if you go do something else. So that's like you said, they would have to do something just horrendous to get to just have it be. I think I'm at about a 9. And I don't know if I'm capable of being a 10 again. 10, I think 10 only happens a couple times in life for me, like the first time you get in front of Classic WoW. But my motivation has been on that huge upswing. I've been really, really enjoying it in large part due to the Paladin I've been leveling. Hit level 40, by the way, just off stream right before we started. Got the mount, got the plate armor. I got the butterflies in my stomach. I was racing to the auction. I was trying to buy some plate gear, trying to get some stam int, getting ready to respec. Dude, I am really, really enjoying this Paladin big time. Blessing of Light, new Seal of Wisdom, new Seal of Command. You get 40 is a big level on Paladins. Paladin's so much fun. Having so much fun on Paladin. So much fun. So much fun. Super Plate Bros, that's coming back. Anybody remember Super Plate Bros? Shout out to Super Plate Bros. Give us an update there, Def Camp. What's going on with you and your brother?
We did our first episode. What we are doing now is we're gonna have another episode with Dunedain. Dunedain's gonna be with us on the next episode. The last episode that we did got the most episodes of any other Super Play Brothers. So it's a let's play, right? It's not it's a longer video, right? It's us just being complete idiots and having fun the way we like to play the game, right? Exploring, doing something new, playing on the Alliance side, which we haven't done in a long time. So it's refreshing, it's new, it's exciting, and we have a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do it this weekend with Duty Game as well. So I'm really excited about that. And I just, like you said, it's nice sometimes to just take a step back and play the game the way you want to play it. Making a new character, I'm having so much fun on my shaman that I'm leveling. I have a rogue that I'm leveling. I have a warrior that I'm leveling. I have a paladin that I'm leveling. So it's just a lot of fucking fun. Yeah.
I think my problem is I haven't started leveling an alt yet because I'm feeling like a 4 or 5 right now.
You gotta, dude. You gotta level an alt.
I'm going through to get done with this. I think I need to because that's what I'm hearing from everybody, especially you guys. Is it's the alt because on my main I'm not having fun.
Go level it the old-fashioned way. Here's another thing too. I was just talking about this on my stream right before this, but I want to air it again. I want to see what you guys think too because I could be totally wrong on this, and it's very, very class specific. But for months and months leading up to the release of Classic WoW, our guild Invictus, we set up a PTR, right? We ran it off Egregious server, a little private test ROM. Don't ban me, Blizzard, please. But anyway, we would go there. I had a 60 Warlock. I was making soul shards. That's my, that's where I got addicted to using Shadowburn, and now I can't use it anymore because I have no shards ever. But anyway, we're on that server, and we have access to all gear. You're spawning gear left, right, any gear you want. You want to try this out, you want to try that out. And our dueling. And I was in full tier 1, dueling people in rank 14 gear, Might of Menethil, tier 3, all this, like, super bis. And I was doing just fine in tier 1. And like it was actually my preferred armor set due to the set bonuses and also just the max amount of stamina on it. And I don't know if it's like this with other classes, but once you get a full, set of raid gear and you're kind of at that level, like it doesn't just totally fall off into oblivion like tier 1 compared to other stuff. Like I don't know if the power level goes up as much as people might think. Like maybe you gain 30% power level or something, but I'm reaching this point where I'm going with this is like it doesn't feel the work harder versus work smarter, not harder mentality is coming in. And like when it comes to the AV grind, doing all this work to get the book, like is it really that worth it? I'm not even really going to use that in PvP. It's a couple spell power, sure, but what first of all, what do you guys think about it? Do you think that your power level really does skyrocket with the later tiers and you become exponentially more powerful, given your own knowledge of your classes? I mean, yes and no, right? From tier 1 to tier 3 is huge, right? Tier 1 to tier 2, like depending, there are some pretty amazing set bonuses that make a huge difference. That's something that's really powerful. The power creep, or so to speak, in vanilla WoW is pretty wide because there's so much difference, right? When you look at like from tier 1 to tier 3, there is a lot going on there. But tier 1 in itself, for some classes, is really strong. Right? For some classes. Some it isn't, right? So where tier 2 comes in for some classes, it might be way better than tier 1 was for them. So for some classes, I would definitely say more so than others. Like as a priest right now, I've got around like 750-ish, 60-ish bonus healing, and come to tier 2, you have around 1,000 or so, maybe a little bit more, about 1,000. So yeah, it's definitely you feel the power.
Convinced me to leave this AV and continue to level my alt.
Same with warlocks. We're garbage at T1 and it slowly goes up.
It's so much more fun than the rep gring.
Absolutely huge donation. I gotta shout it out. $50 from RJ.
Oh,
you guys
man,
just convinced
awesome.
me to leave this AV and continue to level my alt on Bloodsail Buck. It's so much more fun. You're not missing out that much, man. Honestly, yeah, Bloodsail is great. Leveling an alt is great. Do it the old-fashioned way. If you're a warlock like me and you're in tier 1, you're in a full set of tier 1, you can kill people in rank 14 PvP gear. You can kill people in tier 3. It's at the end of the day, it's going to be more about like knowing the matchup, playing that matchup well. Mechanically doing what you got to do. Like that's going to affect it more than having a little bit of increased power level, at least from a warlock side. So don't feel like you have to keep up with the Joneses and get every last piece of gear. If you're rocking a full raid set right now, it's not as serious as you might think. Like you'll be fine for the rest of the server. If you're 8 out of 8 tier 1 right now, you're chilling. So
and stam is like the key, right? So like if you've got like 5 6k stam and you're in tier 1, like that's fucking good, man. That's really good. And remember, like for a lot of classes too, tier 3 is actually better. A lot of the tier 3 is actually better than some of the rank 14 gear. So yeah, like some of the tier gear, especially if you're like you said, like a warlock or even a and I've seen some warriors, rocking like the tier 2 helm just because it's got incredible amount of stam on it, right? It's just so much stam on some of that gear. So yeah,
Warlock tier
Stam's
1 has the
in
most
game,
most stem on it out of all the sets. How crazy is that?
That's
Warlock
crazy.
tier 1.
Really?
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
these are the type of things you take away to keep it all in perspective, right? Because it seems like, oh man, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. Like, you get a full raid set, you're up in that upper echelon. Like, you know, set bonuses are huge. It's gonna depend primarily on class, right? It's gonna be the most impactful for like melee DPS, right? When they're getting their weapons and all that type of stuff. But it's something to keep in mind. Like Vuxy was in the stream earlier, he was saying that he calculated the differences for a mage in rank 14 gear as opposed to just regular gear, and he's like, the rank 14 grind is not worth it for me. Like, I'm not gonna. It's just not that much of a power increase. It's. I mean, that's
For so much work.
for so much work. That's one mage's opinion, right? But it's just something I want you guys to keep in mind, that if you're in MC, you're getting some gear, you don't have to sweat it that much. You're kind of chilling. It's kind of free, it's kind of liberating. It's kind of like
now as like a shadow priest, the rank 14 gear is like amazing. You know what I mean? As a shadow priest compared to like the tier gear, right? Which is there's no, you know, only like 2 pieces give actually stall damage. The rest is like healing. So like yeah, as a shadow priest, it's exponential. You know, there is some really good shadow priest gear out there for raiding, but you know, a lot of it is the rank 14 gear is like really good for a shadow priest. And then like, you know, as a healing priest, you know, you have a lot of stam, and like I'm actually looking for some more tier 1 pieces, even though they don't have a lot of plus bonus healing on it. You do have a lot of stam and stuff like that. So yeah, there are pieces that I wish I had right now that I don't.
Yeah.
I think my cat just fell down while he was sleeping. I didn't know what happened.
Is he alright?
It's alright.
That's funny, man. Oh man. Yo, cats versus dogs though, chat. Real quick, cats versus dogs. Let me hear all that dog love, bro. Let's see. It's gotta be dogs all
Fucking
day,
dogs
right?
all the way, bro.
It's gotta
All
be
day
dogs.
long.
Let's see though. We'll
What about
see.
dogs at?
Dunedain would say cat though, right? You're a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With me.
Let's see. Well, a quick lighthearted interjection, man. Lighthearted interjection. There we go. Dog master
You do
species.
the fuck one, marry one, kill one as well if you want.
Oh, that's a fun one. Let's take a look at the results of this straw poll real quick. This is fun, man. GMA is so fun, dude.
Yeah, it is.
We should do. How much are you enjoying your GMA right now? No, I'm joking. But okay, here's the result. 43 people voted. It's cool. It's cool. I feel like I'm Elderon looking at data here. Look, we got 7 through 10 is the majority, right? So people are still up in that upper tier. 7 votes for 10.
Yeah.
But I feel like people are at about a 7 or an 8. You know, it's good to know. Just something to keep in mind. Keep it in mind. You know, there's nobody voted 1. I mean,
that's good.
That's
what
good.
was the lowest vote?
Would have figured there would have been one salty person in here going 1.
What was the lowest vote?
5. There was one. There's one vote for 5 actually. Oh no, sorry. My bad. 3. There was 2 votes for 3.
There was 3. Okay.
I got you. You'll have to see it. People having a good time. Dog, cat, dog. Yeah, it's mainly dogs. I mean, that's all as it should be.
Dogs.
This is good. All as well.
Man's best friend.
True.
You know, I'm allergic to cats too, so I'm kind of biased.
Love fat cats. What's going on, Charlene? Good to see you in here.
Charlene!
So this was a question that was asked a long time ago in GMA. DefCam brought it back up again, which is pretty funny. It's kind of cringe, but just deal with it. We are kind of cringe individuals here. So it's a would you rather challenge. DefCamp, could you fill them in on this one? This is out of scope for me, dude.
We're gonna say.
What a fine idea you had, Defcam.
I didn't think you were gonna be fuck one, marry one, kill one. Go.
Oh man.
No, you know what? If I had to pick, let's try to get our favorite WoW characters, right?
Our favorite WoW characters? Okay, not ourselves. I was about to say we're about to do it to ourselves. Oh,
no,
man.
Let's do leaders of the let's do Thrall, Sylvanas, and then
Jaina.
You put a dude on there?
You put a dude on there.
What's the point?
You're supposed to be comparing broads.
You have to.
You're supposed to be comparing the broads.
Yeah. So how about we do? I was gonna say Thrall, Sylvanas, and then what's his name? Kazdingo, the troll dude. What the fuck?
Kazdingo. I definitely fuck Kazdingo. That'd be my choice.
Kazdingo,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh.
I can't think of his name, dude. The troll leader. What the hell's his name?
Dude, I'm playing an RP server, but I'm not quite there yet, dude. I don't know. I'm still working my way up, dude. I'm still working I actually did go to the Goldshire Inn in Goldshire Inn in Bloodsail, and it was very. It was actually legit RP. I honestly was kind of low key expecting to walk in there and see like 9, feral kitty druids surrounding one female night elf. I was kind of, my imagination was running wild. I walked in there. It was some respectable RPers. They all had a little powwow. They were sitting in some chairs. They were doing, they had some, they were talking to each other and stuff.
Beer,
and it was kind of cool. Like even if you want to play on an RP server, you don't necessarily have to go RP, but it's a nice little just icing on the cake when you're playing on that server. You just get to see some funny stuff. I've already had a ton of funny moments, as you guys have seen on the stream. Playing with Paladin. And it's been a riot, dude. It's been a riot.
So how do you like the PvE part of the RP server? Would you rather play on PvP RP, or is the just PvE RP?
I mean, as a streamer, this is selfish probably, but as a streamer, it's so chill. It's so chill playing on it. It's so chill. Nobody really messes with you. They mess with you in a positive way. I've been getting mob tagged like periodically. There'll be someone who's just behind me.
The druid, right?
Yeah, he was just mob tagged. Like that was a value add, like he's not really messing with you. So it was I don't know. It like you don't have to look over your shoulder. I get stressed because I want to hold it down for the stream. I want to be able to defend myself and fight someone 1v1 and kill them and not get ganked, right? It's something that goes through your mind when you're on a PvP server. So you're a little bit more focused, a little bit more serious, and I don't have to worry about any of that. I'm just chilling. I don't have to look over my shoulder. I'm fully immersed. I enjoy the PvE aspect of it. It's my first PvE server and first RP server I've ever played on.
That's what's exciting to me to do that, is because I was, and I'm upset about the meta for leveling, but I was so excited to play Classic because I was so excited to level, like actually level up. And that's why I'm excited to go to PvE, because you can actually do that and be by yourself and enjoy the game, even though it takes longer. Because it's impossible to do that. If the back of my head, if I know there's a faster way that I can do something, I'm going to do that.
See, I'm not like, and I know Karga's like that, but I love that Karga's you're streaming this, right? Because the fact is, so many people were streaming the meta of do dungeons, and then it felt like everyone thought that's what classic leveling was. But it's not, man. At its core, classic leveling is what you're doing now. Like, you know what I mean? The fact that you're streaming it and making it popular, and people are watching it like, oh shit, this is actually fun, this is engaging. Like, that to me is so fucking awesome. So, who wants to watch fucking someone do the same dungeon over and over and over again for 20 hours?
So building off that point, this is a massive point that I want to throw out there into the ether. We're reaching this point, right, where Blizzard has been consistent. They said that it's not our code to touch. We're not going to adjust the values much. There's been some rumors that they have adjusted drop rates here and there, but they've never put anything out confirming that, right? I really don't know what to say about that, but so pretty much we're reaching a situation across all fronts, leveling, PvE, PvP, where information is so rapidly distributed. We have so many tools, Discord, comms, everything that our strategies, our skill level is so much higher than it was back in the day, and a lot of the content is just getting slapped around, right? Like MC getting slapped around. Hopefully it's going to be changing a little bit with BWL coming out. The PvP, people are just know what the most efficient line of play is, right? There's so many guides out there. There's all these types of things. So can that go too far, right? And that has caused some issues to a certain extent. We make guides and stuff too, so it's hard to know exactly where to stand on that. But going back to the simple content, just leveling a character the old-fashioned way, communicating with your audience and your chat, and just, I don't know, it's so wholesome, dude. It feels so wholesome. It feels like you're playing for the right reasons, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but we're trying to make leveling great again, man, and that it's a legit piece of content. Dude. It's a legit part of Classic. Yeah.
And that's one of the best parts of Classic was leveling.
Yeah, maybe the biggest part of Classic. I don't know.
Yeah, it really was.
That so much to me is like what Super Play Brothers is all about. It's like me playing with my fucking brother and my friends and just having a good fucking time. Like, I love it. You know what I mean? That to me is what the game's all about. And I say this, I say this all the time. I'm going to say it again. If you have not experienced a part of this game, like either RP or PvE or playing another faction, do it, because it is so refreshing. And you literally see this game from another viewpoint, and it is so fucking awesome. Like, I understand people are for the Horde, for the Alliance. I'm for the Horde all the way. But being a human, walking into Stormwind, walking into Ironforge, or being a dwarf, I got a dwarf. His name is Porridge. I love it. It's fucking great. It's funny. It's hilarious.
It's a good day.
There's like a little bit more of humor on the Alliance side that you don't get on the Horde side with the humans and everything, and it's just a little bit more funny. And I fucking love that, dude. And it's just a whole other aspect of the game that is just so refreshing.
So true.
What the big thing with leveling, I feel, is one of the big things for me in the game is trying to imagine how your character will play out when you hit higher levels and how powerful you can be and which talents you can try out. and all the different kind of things you can try to get certain items and stuff. And just the part of thinking about
Thanks
that
for
and
the
playing
content,
the
guys.
character and leveling it up
Always appreciate
and
it.
keep thinking of what you want to do, that's part of the fun. And then once you hit level 60, you're basically there, and then you do only half of what you were hoping to do. That's something different. But the really big part of the fun is just thinking about what you want to try to get at, basically, level 60.
Yeah.
Well, you get a new donation, by the way.
Thank you so much, Joe Jeffrey, with the 21 Canadian dollars. We appreciate it, man. That's very kind of you. Thanks for supporting the show and the channel. Crix, I got a question for you though, man. If you're gonna level on all, what's next after playing the Warlock?
It's a Night Elf Hunter. I'm gonna bang it out.
Def Kim's favorite class.
Night Elf Hunter.
Favorite
I
class.
hate hunters with a passion.
Dude.
Female
Night Elf Hunter.
Really
Def Kim's favorite class.
What hunter? My first race ever was a Night Elf. I think that's why I went Night Elf, just because I like that beginning starting zone, that Lord of the Rings elf feeling. I love it.
It's the best starting zone.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of like in the long term, it's like I'm on a server where my main's not there, so I'm not gonna have any gold. Hunters have a good gold. They can level good. It sounds I'm a pet class right now, so why not try the other pet class?
Tell me how sick Hunter's looking full T1 too. You guys are seeing them right now walking around. They look like gangsters, dude. They look like straight up
Dwarf Hunters look the best in T1.
T1 walking around with that headpiece. I saw a troll. They got the big broad shoulders and the big Raktalar. They look so tight, man. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, it's not my favorite tier 1 design by far, but the thing is, it's a good set for hunters. It's actually the best tier set, tier 1 set that there is. So, what's my favorite? I think
T1.
It's a hard one.
Priest. Priest all the way, dude. It's so good.
I think Warrior, actually.
Warrior.
The
blade?
Warrior's pretty tight. Warrior's pretty tight, for sure.
But Priest all the way. Come on.
Priest?
Oh, yeah. Priest tier 1 is so good, dude.
I kind of like all tier 1s, but Hunter is for me, it's definitely not the nicest, but it's the most powerful and makes it cool to see people in tier 1 as a Hunter.
Orc Hunter in tier 1 on a Black War Raptor riding around with Raktalar is like pinnacle. That's like peak male performance right there, dude. That is.
If you see like a Druid in tier 1 or a Paladin in tier 1, then you think like, okay, well, that's kind of...
Yeah,
it's nice and all, but it sucks. So,
this is one thing I've been thinking about too. Like we get so crazy with this now, the amount of analysis we provided to the game. Like, but I'm playing the Paladin right now, and this has inspired me because what you're saying, you want to level a Hunter, right, Crix? The bow sound, like where you're cocking back the bow and just popping the bow off softly, is like ASMR to me. Like I love it. It's just like leveling through Lochmadon with your little cat pet or whatever, and just shooting your bow off, the best, right? But Blizzard did more when it comes to the factions than even just the big broad strokes, right? Like you look at the difference between Horde and Alliance, you see the architecture, you see the blue colors, the red colors. There's some finer points which add a lot to it, right? And someone commented on this other day when I was leveling my Paladin. The sounds a Paladin makes while using his abilities are very Alliance sounding. They're very like the sound of cleanse, the sound of seal, the sound of judgment, the sound of all of their abilities together. Like they almost they sound like cleansing, holy, like divine. Like they did such a good job with it, right? And on the same time, if you listen to the shamans, you hear this electric kind of crunching to their all of it. The color palette of the way the tooltips look, the way the buffs appear. There's so much that went into defining those two separate feelings of Alliance and Horde, and that's also why I do feel like it feels so refreshing playing the other faction. Because when I play an Alliance Paladin on a Dwarf, it's so freaking different, man. The noises, just everything. Yeah, like
they
it's
are
as different as you can go, right?
Of that, like they are the faction classes. Like you know what I mean? 100%.
I agree.
Well, can we dive a little bit deeper into Paladin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, basically, not into the gameplay, but into something some people noticed, being the Reckoning talent. Let me look it up. I know it somewhere. So actually, since the latest patch where Battlegrounds joined the game, Reckoning got a bit broke, I guess, is how you could say it. There are a few issues with it, and I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but it seems to go off. So the stacks don't stay forever, and they seem to be removed. For whatever reason, people think it might be either a random timer, or if you switch targets, they seem to be removed as well. Or If your auto attack is on, you don't even get the stacks. And well, basically, Reckoning is totally broke right now. So I don't know if anyone noticed it, and if Blizzard even knows it. I guess they do by now, by the bug reports and stuff. But it's definitely something they should look into, because Reckoning is a really defining talent for Paladins in PvP. So I just wanted to bring this up. There are a bit of other things people noticed with Paladins, like Consecration is still a debuff, which is actually really, really bad if you want to play Paladin in PvE and you have Consecration as a debuff. That means you take one of the debuff slots, and people don't really want to bring Red Paladins in the first place, so if you take up another debuff slot, they don't bring you at all. Some other tricks, like you have the sword with healing and spell power on it from Riven Baron there.
Oh yeah.
What did I say? A Baron Riven there. Well, that used to scale with spell power and stuff. It has a proc, right? But well, I said it's wrong. So it has a proc that used to scale with spell power and healing, but it doesn't anymore. And there's actually proof from old PvP videos from back in the day that it scaled, but apparently it doesn't since 1.13 point whatever we are now. There are different. You're
saying Consecration was a debuff, got fixed from being a debuff, and now is back to being a debuff as well, right? So there's definitely some Paladin issues. Hopefully Blizzard.
I think it's like a pseudo nerf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a big nerf actually.
There's something really wrong as well with Warlocks, man. Like for some reason we're doing less damage than Warriors in raids, and it's
that's
great.
weird.
Yeah, weird, right? We should be top damage all content, right? I don't know.
As long as we keep smacking these mages out, I don't mind.
True.
Some people actually think that Reckoning can be purged by shamans. I didn't. Well, I can't try it, but yeah.
I wonder if it can be dispelled by priests as well.
The thing is, it might not be purged, but the Reckoning stacks get removed at least. Well, it shouldn't be, but since the latest patch, the stacks get removed. But it can also be because they switch targets.
Oh, okay, right, true. And the other thing, there are some other things like that for priests as well that we've noticed. We talked about the meditation issue as well. So, like, if someone were to respec and they had meditation before and they get it again. If they don't log out, you can actually get that meditation up to, which is only supposed to be at 15%. You can actually get it up to 100% if you keep on respecing. So you can get the 30%, and then over and again and again and again. And I don't know if that's been fixed yet or not. I don't know what is going on, but there have been some bugs and some issues that are still going on. And I know for a fact there's some Warlock stuff, right? You guys are talking about. There's some other things that have been going on.
Yeah, there's one more thing with Reckoning, by the way. Apparently, it looks like it reacts like a debuff on your own right now. So that means it takes one of your own debuff slots. So basically, if you're in AV as a Red Paladin for some reason and you get the multitude of dots on you and you reach more than 17 debuffs, you lose Reckoning.
That sucks. You're probably in a bad spot though if you got 16 debuffs on you.
Yeah, kinda.
You're probably not looking so hot, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, if you have like 10 stacks.
Oh, yo, I gotta ask the chat too. How are you guys spending your time in the game? Like, this is kind of more interesting than it seems. I'm just curious to see how many people are, BGing versus leveling alts. Like, isn't that the best thing? I forgot to add raiding. Fuck. Well, no one raids anyway, right? Who raids? No, but if just vote, man. Just vote on this. We'll see what it's at.
What's up, boar meat?
Who's that?
He just whispered me. No, this guy. He just whispered me in game.
Board meat, nice. What's up? Shout out, board meat. AV on main, leveling alt on blood sale. Yeah. So, how are you splitting your time though? You're still playing your main primarily though, right? You're all basically in AV.
Yeah, I want to be playing my alt more, but it's hard to it's hard to be pulled away. It's hard, man. I really want to get my shaman to 60 so fucking bad. Like, you have no idea how bad I want my shaman at 60 right now.
That's your.
Does someone want to level him for me? No, I'm kidding.
So out of all the classes, that's the one you would play second. You'd say as a main.
Probably. I really, yeah. For right now, I feel like it might change.
The what, rogue?
No, paladin.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's so hard, dude. I love them all so much. Like,
I feel like you're a shaman, bro. You always talk about shaman. Like you always.
I
you
love
shaman, dude.
I love the choices that you have. You have so many choices, right? Like
Mhm.
you can tank dungeons if you want. You can fucking go melee with a shield, melee with a two-hander. You can throw lightning bolts out your ass. You can heal. It's just and then the totems. Like it's just there's so much versatility. Almost like a druid, like in a way, but I feel like it's so much more fun than a druid, in my opinion.
I got to admit, shamans are really cool.
They are awesome,
They're
dude.
horde, so that's an issue. But when the Burning Crusade
dude.
comes around, then
Dude, what have I been saying this whole time? You gotta experience the other side, man.
yeah, maybe. Someday.
Well, they're doing super play bros on your server. At some point, you got to make a horde all right. At the end of the day, you got to try it. If you love the hybrid nature, and I love the hybrid bonus and the way hybrids operate in vanilla, then shaman's the equivalent. Shaman's
Dude, and like I would love to be. I want a fucking hand of rag, but I also want to get like really good LE gear as well. So like I want to be able to go enhance when I want to, and I want to be able to go LE when I want to. I want to go fucking elemental mastery spec and get those double crits, dude. Like I want it all, man.
you love
I want it all so bad.
You love it.
Be
You love it.
prepared to have a bank full of gear.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I have on my
I
paladin
love
right now.
I'm gonna have to
just
go ahead
need
and say
full
Pally
blood
for
running
myself,
stuff.
dude. Pally just sounds so sick. I will say though, actually I'm curious your opinion on this too, Dan, and even you, Crix. This is the thing. All right, we're in a war song, right? And we're about to go mid and posture back and forth mid. I see a paladin. I used to like try and fear it and control it as much as possible. Now I just throw up tongues on him and just ignore him straight up, dude.
Pally?
It feels like the play, dude. Isn't it so crippling for Pally, dude? Like
It's crippling for any healer, dude. I hate it as a priest.
Priest has so many instants though, man.
Yeah,
Paladin. What the fuck does a paladin?
Paladin, you just get a
dude?
tongues and fear him, and it's kind of just like bye.
You don't even have to fear him, dude. I see a paladin, I spend one global on him, and I legitimately like forget about him until he bubbles, like until I see him. I don't know if you've been doing it. Maybe that's OD, but how bad is it to have Curse of Tongues as a paladin, dude? Are you shitting bricks?
Yeah, well, right now I'm probably not the best paladin to ask it to because I didn't do Wars and Gulch and I didn't engage a lot in world PvP. But I guess you're right. It's really, really annoying. You cannot really do anything.
You can't do anything, right? You have seals,
Bubble.
right? You have Hodge, you have Judge, you have Bubble, which you can get out of it on, right? But there's no heal unless you Holy Shock, right? That's instant. You have to deal with a 60% gas speed reduction. It's actually
the problem is most paladins don't have Holy Shock, so
I'm finding that is the most high value Curse of Tongues I can apply as a warlock. I'm trying to think of anyone else that is more high value than putting it on a paladin. I can't think of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I guess you don't play against shamans.
Yeah. Even shamans though, they at least have shocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like from
Yeah.
range, they can still put down totems. I put it
And
on a
paladin
paladin.
is hard
dude?
casting the whole time.
He has to cast Flash
They
of
do
Light with
just hard cast.
60%.
They're holy light.
It's like a holy light.
Holy
dude,
Light
yeah.
takes 8 seconds, dude. I
A
got you,
15-second
brother.
So I'm thinking the counterplay would probably be going Holy Red and carry a two-hander with you and just go into DPS mode.
Why don't you just bubble out of it like you do everything?
Yeah, but that's 5 minute cooldown.
5
so.
minute
I know.
cooldown, dude.
5 minutes. Such a
I don't know, I
long
just feel-
cooldown for such an amazing fucking spell.
That's
God,
I feel like
it's
paladins are
bullshit,
just really
dude.
vulnerable.
They get messed up by the tongues, bro. Like that's.
They do.
If you're a warlock, put tongues on paladins. Have a good time, dude. Enjoy. Actually enjoy.
Yeah. Well,
I hate it as a priest as well, but yeah, I can see it so much worse as paladin.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
bubble, you can renew,
You can dot. You can do
psychic
so many
scream,
things.
dot. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. It's something to keep in mind for the people out there PvPing right now. So it looks like based on the results of this drop wall, I guess it wasn't too interesting. Everybody's doing BGs. Half the people are doing alt leveling though. I guess it's kind of interesting. 14 for BGs, 7 for alt leveling. People are having fun. Not too many people doing professions.
yeah,
Makes
that was me.
sense.
The one vote was me.
Oh, is it? That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you loving professions?
Yeah, but professions, they offer so much content, man. People
mage,
don't really
yeah.
see it, but they really do. If you want to be like a collector of all patterns and stuff, or enchanting and blacksmithing, there's so much stuff you can do and gain reputation and Well, just
I like the professions. I like leveling, mining, and herbing. I leveled it when I was 60.
mhm.
I still need to. Leveling professions is one of the things that I've been slacking on big time.
It's fun, man. It's very satisfying. The professions on all.
I really want to get cooking up, and I really want to get engineering up.
Fishing.
Yeah.
The only thing I still need to bring to 300 right now is fishing. But I wonder though, is the fishing extravaganza coming out? In which phase is it coming out?
The fishing event?
Yeah,
I think 3, right?
three.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
So by that time, I want to be 300.
Those are gonna be mayhem. People are gonna be fucking those up. Camping.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
So there's a whole other
I never-
section here. I didn't do a very good job at it, but we're trying this out a little bit here. So you know how we basically talked about news and updates, what's new to the game. We're getting feedback from you guys. We also want to bring up like issues that we're hearing through the grapevine, bring it up with everybody and see what you guys think about it and talk about it. This little blue post right here is just talking about, what's being released. As we talked about, BGs are out, elemental invasions are out, but there are some issues of botting. That's one thing that's going on. These are some of the broad strokes that have any of you guys, I'm asking you guys, have you guys come across bots yet? One major concern that some of the rankers were having is they're saying that due to the meta of PvP ranking right now, that it's possible to get rank 14 using a bot. That is the biggest of yikes, isn't it? I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah.
Are we seeing AV bots yet? Anybody seeing AV bots? People are seeing leveling bots like crazy, apparently.
I haven't seen them, but I've been hearing people report or something like that. People have been reporting them.
I haven't seen them either, but I've seen what I just posted in our chat, like scam posts of so-called Blizzard Entertainment employees, where they ask your... They tell you to go to a website, and then they ask your account info and stuff.
How
So
low effort is that scam, bro? People would name themselves Bizzard, like someone's gonna be like, "Oh, Bizzard."
Come on, yeah, seriously, dude.
You could debate a teen with that.
Oh, I got hit up the other day with that shit though in game, dude. Or what? Yeah, somebody tried to hit me up like as a Blizzard employee.
Cheese and rice and mashed potatoes. We got a massive host. Holy moly, 158 ballers. That's what he calls them. Entering the chat, Stino, my man. Thank you so much. Can we please get you on one of these one day? Hi, Warlord Stino.
Yeah.
Legendary.
I love you, brother.
Goon.
Dude, talk about hand of rag, dude. Man, I was watching him the other day destroy people with that fucking thing.
Dude, that guy's a monster.
Oh my god.
Man. We got mad love for Poon
I
Goon.
think Poon was one of the first people I ever watched like stream like back in private servers.
That's a great way to segue into it. I'm actually the little piece of content right here. I'm curious. You guys and the chat, who were some of the first content creators you started watching with Classic WoW? I'm not trying to show myself here because it wasn't me. Like I have my.
You mean like back in the day, or
back in the day when you first started getting into Classic WoW, either private servers,
like in vanilla or private servers.
It could be vanilla. It could be. I'm just
In
wondering.
vanilla, I didn't watch anyone.
The Oxhorn.
Yeah, me either.
I used to watch Oxhorn. I used to watch Dude, Where's My Mount? Oh God, all those old school, fucking videos back in the day. I used to, on reset day on Tuesdays, that's all I would do. I would sit. Oh, thank you, Charlene. I would literally just I would love Tuesday mornings, even though the game wasn't out. I would sit there and watch, Dude, Where's My Mount? What was the pastry, the guy with Muppet?
Oh yeah.
What's his name? The pastry. Fuck!
Athene, Oxhorn.
What's the pastry? Come on, people in the chat. The guy who made the videos, he had a name that was like a pastry.
Illegal Danish.
Fuck! Illegal Danish! Thank you!
There you go.
Yes.
Well, there's also Muffin Man. He
Yes.
made those compilations. That's a
Yeah.
recent dude, though. Muffin Man.
Yeah, South Park. Yeah, South Park. Oh my god. Dude, some of the old school shit, I forget people's names, man, but and then I used to love Great Wizard and all those amazing people. back
Great
in the day.
Wizard? Like the Great Wizard who is still making
Yeah,
content right
Great
now?
Wizard, dude.
Has he been around for a while?
I think he's been around for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn,
but there
dude.
are some PvPers that have been around for a long time too. Dude, so much. But when I talk about streamers, especially classic WoW streamers.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. First, think back to your first private server, Def Camp. What was it?
Okay.
Like, think about when you first started the meta
Alex
of
Central, I
content.
gotta say, I mean, Alex was big back in the day, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to say the same. That's
Yeah, but-
the first.
But
from
I
the
was
streamers
really
watched.
like, I loved Poongoon and I loved his stuff. Like, I used to love watching him play on the BC servers.
Same
man.
here. Watching him do heroics in
dude,
DC,
watching
man.
him do heroics in
Yep.
BC. That's what made me start playing on a lot of those BC privers back in the day. So I had a lot of fun on some BC private servers. I played a lot on the BC private servers, and I used to love watching him. And
Poongoon's one of them for me, for sure. Poongoon, Alex, Hamster Wheel, Dodgy Kebab, Orkbit,
Oh my God,
who I got
yeah.
mad love for, and I hope
Orkbit,
Orkbit's doing good, bro.
I
really
love
do.
Orkbit, dude. Orkbit's
Yo,
such
can we get
a
some poggers in the chat for Orkbit if anybody remembers him, dude?
Yeah,
Rest in
dude.
peace. I don't know where
Hey
he's at.
guys,
Dude. He needs...
Orkbit here.
You
Hey,
mean nobody
guys.
watched Osmond back in the day?
No, I didn't even hear about him until recently, dude. I'm made up.
I think Orbit still is active, isn't he? I think I saw a video of him recently.
I love
Mr.
Orkbit.
GM
He's such
too.
a nice guy.
Remember the private server reviews,
Yeah.
man? The simple the content was so simple back then, dude. It was so like low production value, and it was cool though. It was the time.
For private servers, I think Alex Central, Def Camp Meldron, and Mr. GM, they had a podcast. What
Private
was it
chat.
called?
Private chat. Private
Exactly.
chat.
I really like that, but
too.
they only have a few episodes of that.
That was
and
years and years ago, man. When was
Yeah.
that? 2014, 2015, or maybe 2015 or something like that. Yeah.
So I love that, and from back in the day, I don't think I watched anything except for the YouTube videos of like Cranius, Big Blue Dress. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Big Blue
God,
Dress.
there's so many other
Drake
ones
Dog
that I
video.
can't remember of.
True.
I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
But
Alright.
for real though, even though he's peeing now, Def Camp Meldron and Alex Central, they were like, I think they were my most viewed and probably only viewed people from classic, like the private server community for a long time.
When I linked up with DefCamp Mel, they had like 1.4k subs, and back then they were making some hard-hitting content too. Not to say that they don't now, but if you go back and you watch Melderon's old vlogs in the forest, do yourself a favor. I don't know where he's at, bro. He just takes his
It's
camera
the
out
best.
and he just goes into the woods. He's in the woods
Talking about shaman.
sitting on a tree stump talking about why he likes the horde or whatever. Like, I love those
shaman?
videos.
Yeah.
That's what I messaged
but-
them on. Like, I was like, these
Well,
guys
I-
are, yeah.
I found the channel. I think when they had like 120 like subs, something like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I subbed to them. Really burned through everything that was on their channel was like just the two of them talking about the announcement at BlizzCon and the Super Blade Brothers. And I made a character on Nostalgia's, or was it later? I don't remember. And I just added them to my friend list and tried to talk with DefCamp, and immediately Meldron too. They immediately responded to me, and that's how we started talking. Actually,
They're the first channel I've ever seen in my life. When I first saw the channel that they merged channels, because they used to have separate channels. Okay, DefCamp and Melderon, they merged channels.
True.
I'm not gonna lie. I was very pessimistic, like kind of negative Nancy about it. I was like, dude, there's no way that's gonna work, bro. Like, they're merging channels, dude. Like, good luck, have fun. They are the first people I've seen to actually pull that off. It's a really nice balance because DefCamp usually is making videos and Melderon's streaming, so you're just providing more content, more consistent content, and now
The other
Melderon's
way
streaming
around
too.
usually.
Well, DefCamp streaming, Melderon making videos.
Yeah.
Oh my bad, yeah, I messed it up. So they've done a really good job. It's amazing to see them grow up and get a lot of subs. They deserve it. They deserve everyone, man. They're actually legendary.
It's
Wow.
also the very first YouTube comment I ever made. That was on a Meldron and DefCamp video. One of their, I think it was probably the first of their brother talks about the BlizzCon announcement. I totally disagreed with what DefCamp or Meldron said. I don't remember what it was. I think it was something about patch progression. And then I started saying why I really thought patch progression would be a good thing. And DefCamp was really interested.
Yo,
So yeah.
I actually want to ask you guys a favor. Did DefCamp be there? Is he back? No, you're on mute, bro.
I'm back. I'm sorry, I was muted.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm back.
yo, do me a favor, DefCamp.
Yeah.
When you get time, like at the gym or like wherever,
Uh-huh.
whatever time, go back and watch Good Morning Azeroth 1, the first one, dude. It's so ghetto and scuffed, but it's so awesome, dude. It was a year ago. It was a year ago, fam. The first one,
Oh
dude.
my god.
We've been doing this for a year straight, dude. That's crazy.
That is crazy, dude.
I love to
That
see
is
it, dude.
insane.
And
There used to be a lot of stuff.
I just what you were saying today though, because I remember I was so on the fence with like I remember the patch progression and everything, and Dunedain like was talking about how he wanted to do patch 1.1 and all this, and that's how we got to, like talking a lot about and just it's crazy how everything like and then Cargo's what it's been about 2 years now, right? I'd say since we've met up and started talking. We had you on Dev Talk back in the day. We got to go back to that Dev Talk too. Those first Dev Talks, man.
100%.
And yeah, it's crazy how things have evolved to where they are today, man.
That was awesome, actually. I was super
yeah.
stressed out because I had to talk in English.
Oh, dude, I remember you were so. I'm like, dude, Dave, you realize that you speak better English than most people in America.
True.
I'm like, yeah. Dude, trust me.
Here's the first episode of GMA. We uploaded it way later than it was actually made, because we were just scuffed like that. But
Yeah.
it was look how good it was. First thing about it, I was like, dude, look at the logo. The logo looks so bad. And he's saying how good the logo looks. It is. I can't believe we've been doing this for a year, guys. It's awesome. It's flown by. It's been a fast year, man.
No more scuffs.
No more. Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Still got a little
Behind
bit.
the scenes scuffs.
Camera's
but
messed up for half the stream. It's all good though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's a trip, man. It's a trip. We're just reflecting back.
I'm actually gonna watch that after this, dude. I'm gonna straight up
I
watch
know, I'm going to too. I have it in the background.
It's hilarious, man. It's a
I'm
hilarious
super happy
one.
how it turned out, and I'm really grateful that I'm part of
This
this.
is all Dunedain's idea, man.
it. Dude, it was. It was all
Dunedain's.
Dunedain's idea.
It's true, maybe, but
Yeah.
then again, I'm really
It definitely
grateful that I
was.
could join.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
You bring a really good aspect to this Dunedain. Like he's like the me and Cargos. I feel like we're kind of like goldfish. You know what I mean?
True. Big true.
Well,
Dude,
and he
then-
brings the alliance side though.
That's true.
That's
so we're
true,
not a
that's
horde
true.
stream.
Yeah.
He brings the
brings
European
alliance,
European refinement too. Like
Just
we're
the whole
pretty, he brings the,
opposite of the
the
world.
classiness
That's
to it.
it.
He keeps it classy with the Belgians.
And then we're just
start to get
Over here,
a little bit
ratchet.
sweaty and stuff.
we're just ratchet.
The cameras are so small.
I
That's,
know, man. It's too funny, bro. So, anyway, moving on to other issues with the community potentially. Big one, probably the biggest one. Is it the biggest one? I don't know. What do you guys think? World faction imbalance. There's that Flame Lash server we've been hearing about. People always come to the stream like, yo, you hear about Flame Lash? Hey, bro, you heard about Flame Lash? Apparently, there's a server called Flame Lash, and all the Alliance left. And there was like this many people, 25 people on the Alliance, or so. I don't know. You have to look through it. There's like nobody on the Alliance anymore. All the guilds left, and it was a testament towards the big faction balance issue. What do you guys think about faction balance? Sorry, go ahead.
That might happen to us. Jeez.
Yo, and then paid faction servers are coming, dude. Like the paid transfers are coming. So
I kind of low key thought that was going to come with this patch because that's when it came out with vanilla. I heard it was this patch, and I was kind of like, oh no, don't do it to us.
Only thing that I'm worried about too is because I know some people who are like, oh, when paid transfer servers come, I'm coming, because there were a lot of people who wanted to play with us who ended up going on Herod or other servers, and they're like, oh, now the transfers are coming back, like I'm gonna come on Scarron. I'm like, that's awesome, but now is there even going to be more of a horde, thing? Like I don't know, dude. I'm hoping that some Alliance would want to come. We got to just keep talking shit on the Alliance and make them want to come kill us, I guess. I don't know.
It doesn't work. We tried to do that,
I know,
it was
dude.
kind of the opposite. But wait.
Yeah.
So if they do paid faction transfer, paid server transfer, they should they should only do it for the smaller factions, though, right or no? I mean, they're gonna do it for everybody. Didn't they learn from the first wave when they let everyone leave that it exacerbates the faction imbalance? It doesn't improve it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think
Except
about
you
that?
have to pay now, so I don't think it will be that bad. I don't see an entire faction leaving if it's paid.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a solid way that they can fix the imbalancing.
No. I also don't think that the paid transfers are meant to fix imbalance. It just, if you end up on a different server than your friends and you meet and you want to be on the same server, then you can pay for it and be on the same server. I think that's the main thing there.
I see.
I think it'd make the imbalancing worse if they did do that, for sure.
Yeah, that's my fear.
Maybe Battlegrounds make it more balanced in the end.
So hold up. Let me take a few steps back here. And
Yeah.
the chat's pretty dead, yo. Chat, you guys gotta wake up, man. I wish I could give
Wake
you guys
up,
all a
chat.
cup of coffee. Everyone wake up. Say something. Zerg, spurg out in the chat for a minute. Anyway, so do way more people play Horde than Alliance, or is it just distributed poorly? Because we have some servers, I mean, that are Alliance populated.
A lot more Horde.
I'd say it's about 60% total Horde.
60%.
I think it's.
Damn.
I'm not sure, but I think it's worse in US than on EU. But I might be totally wrong. I have no clue about the queues for Horde, but I've been on 2 servers, and both of them felt pretty much balanced.
It feels balanced.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, man. I'm Horde Alliance. Is it 60-40? Is it 70-30? Is it equal? I don't know, man. Like, how do we get more people to play Alliance? There's.
Man, could you imagine if they didn't do Cross Realm BG?
Oh my god! I don't even want to
this
think
game would
about
be.
it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it.
Big true.
You know, what do you guys think it is the reason why Horde play? Do you think it's the PvP? You know, because obviously Horde has somewhat better PvP ratios.
Best PvP ratio though. The best PvP ratio people forget
I
is
know,
Paladins. I always gotta say it. But anyway, go ahead.
I know.
People say the racials. A racial is you get to play it with Paladins on your side. That's your racial. That's your, any whatever you are on Alliance. You're like.
However, you do have, you know, Stun Resist, you have Will of Forsaken, you have War Stomp. You know, these things are huge plays in PvP. Whereas on Alliance, other than Paladins, you have you know, Escape Artist and Perception. Well, you know, and Stoneform as a PvP racial as well. So, but you know, what is it? I don't know. I know it's literally because of Blood Elf racials in TBC.
Could be just the bad guys. They're just the bad guys. People might, you know, I mean, quote unquote, the bad guys.
Well, the Alliance are really the bad guys.
What is the most popular race on the Horde, guys? Go. What is it, like data wise?
Undead.
Undead, 100%.
Is it
Undead?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not Orc?
No, it's Undead.
Undead, yep.
Oh,
I think it's because of retail, honestly.
Undead
Really?
is the most popular, but is it by a lot?
100%?
Everybody's saying it.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
People love Undead, huh?
They look better than Orc.
And on Alliance, I feel like on Alliance it's freaking gnome, dude. I feel like every Alliance is a gnome.
on Alliance it's
dude.
human.
It's human?
Is it human?
There are a lot of gnomes this time around, though.
I do see
Yeah,
mad
like the real
gnomes.
PvEers are the PvEers are gnomes. Outside of the PvEers, you would be.
Human is by far still the most played class. The thing
Yes,
is, it used to be humans and night elves on top, and then you had dwarves and gnomes. But now it's like humans, and then gnomes and night elves are kind of the same. And then
People are
dwarves that
older and
last.
they realize that racial from the gnomes actually really.
Yeah, it's pretty good racial, and also 5% intellect.
Yeah.
Never bad.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking
So
good.
is Dwarf the least played on Alliance?
Yeah,
I guess it is. I feel pretty edgy right now, dude. Dwarf Paladin, dude. I'm an edgelord.
Dwarf is so good in PvP and in PvP. Like Stoneform is fucking amazing, dude. As a rogue, I love it. It's like I always remember in BC when you had Cloak of Shadows. It's almost like a form of Cloak of Shadows that works on poisons, diseases, and bleeds.
Yep.
It's amazing, dude. It's so good.
You can use it while you're in a blind too. So
I know.
It's sick.
Wow.
It's sick that you
amazing.
can use it when you're in a blind, because so as a paladin, you have a cleanse thing, right? That dispels magic, poison, all that, right? So you already have something that can deal with it. So sometimes you're like, am I really going to be able to use stone form?
But if you get blinded, you're like, oh, just Stoneform out of it.
That's
it's
what I'm
fucking
saying,
insane.
dude. You get that
Rogue versus rogue duels, dude. I used to love it. I do have a rogue, a 60 rogue dwarf on a private server that I loved playing him, dude. And rogue versus rogue duels were always so much fun because you knew you're gonna win because you're gonna get out of that blind. You know, I fucking was amazing.
It's true. All right, so people are raising a good point. If TBC comes out, everyone loves Blood Elves, dude. Is it gonna be a wrap?
Dude. It's exactly what happened.
Going blood out.
We're gonna have to create a welfare fund for the Alliance to distribute gold every week to get them to play.
I think it's cool to be in the minority though, but that's what I was trying to say. I think retail is part of the reason we have so many hordes. On retail, Horde is also the most played faction, and I think it just transfers over to Classic. A new player tends to go with the Lions, I feel. Just like a new player tends to pick Hunter first.
I did too. I did too. We all did.
I picked Night Elf, Rogue. Okay?
Actually, no. What is your very first character though? Not the one that you kind of made, like the first one you played for like 3 hours while you were like learning what a keybind was.
Female Hunter.
Night
You
elf
start
female
the game
hunter.
and log in.
Female fucking hunter, dude.
What about you,
Night elf
Crix?
female hunter, exactly.
That's
Mine
a
was Druid. Mine was a Night Elf Druid.
Night elf druid. My very first one actually was horde, so I actually am a true horde
I
Chad.
think I
It
made
was-
a warrior first. I think.
warrior?
And then I made my rogue. I actually think my rogue might have been my first. I know that I love and even when I make a rogue, there's something about the rogue that feels so like if you're ADHD, I feel like rogue is the best class because you're just constantly fucking slicing, fucking dicing, and
True.
You know?
The stream
Fuck
always
shit.
comments on how much I click, dude. I actually think I have undiagnosed ADHD. I should probably do well on a rogue. Like
You
I,
really
I'm not gonna
would.
lie,
I click so
hate
much.
Rogue.
Dude. You hate rogue, yeah.
I despise Rogue. The Rogues and Hunter, I don't like them.
You don't like them? I mean,
Rogues and Hunters, get away from me.
I agree
they're
with
the
you.
best. Dude. The rogues are like the best class in the world.
I
They really
am
are.
I am to gnome rogue as Def Camp is to female night elf hunter.
Yeah.
As Dunedain is
Aw.
to as Dunedain is
What
to
is your antithesis, dude, Dane? What is your
Probably
most...
undead warlock, I'm gonna guess.
undead warlock, exactly.
Uh,
Is it? Damn.
Yeah.
Man, so you hate me.
we
I
got
almost,
survival.
I almost specifically, I made a Night Elf Hunter on that blood, the BB server. I almost really just went female just to be able to screenshot it and send.
That's
But it's
funny,
it's
bro.
kind of funny. I don't like the dark undead style, and I don't like the dark style of warlock. So together combined, it's like my least favorite combo. But the first horde I played was an undead shadow priest, and then later on holy priest. So that's probably even darker. So,
Don't lie.
Yeah.
You just don't like that cursed tongue.
Oh, true though. It's got to make you feel a certain kind of way, dude. The tongues
Yes, so.
on Pally, man. That's so debilitating.
But in a way, I like everything.
Yeah, because like, don't you
Yeah.
really like Tearsful though? Like,
I don't, but
oh, you
I
don't. That's
like
fine.
it every now and then.
Yeah.
But every time I'm in there, I'm really glad that I'm getting to Hillspread Foothills and see the sun and the shiny plants and the grass and stuff. And not everything is dead.
Speaking of
That's
zones,
true.
too, man. Like, so the night elf zones. This is something.
Oh.
Analyze me here. Just I need someone to
Analyze
psychoanalyze me in the chat. Psychoanalyze me.
Uh-huh.
There's probably psychiatrists. If you ever ask your chat what people do professionally, you'd be actually shocked, Defcap. It's insane. They're way smarter than us. They're like friggin' scientists
know.
and
I know.
police officers. You know, the engineers. Anyway, that's a fun thing to do with your chat.
Doctors. There's a lot. I know a lot of doctors for some reason.
And
Like,
the night elf
they
zones,
play WoW.
the night elf zone. I respect the night elf zones. They look pretty. I can understand. It's almost like when you like a girl. Like I see blonde girls, right? And they're pretty, right?
Gross.
But it's not like it doesn't do it for me, you know. Like
You're all about
I can
the-
respect
I
it.
agree.
I can respect
Oh,
the
I
prettiness of a blonde girl. You know, some blonde bombshell, whatever it is, right? I see the night elf zones. They're pretty, but it doesn't. I don't love them though. It's probably the zone that I've. So anybody watch my paladin stream when I was in
kinda
Dark
feel
Shore?
the same,
I was in
but-
Dark Shore and I actually gave up on our guide. By the way, our classicwow.live guide. I have to confess. I was like, it was telling me to stay in Dark Shore for like 9 levels, and I was like, yo, I can't. I'm out. Like I had to leave Dark Shore. Like, but do you guys have a zone like that, or does that make any sense? I don't know.
I agree with you on
I-
the blonde part, but I love the Night Elf spot.
You like the
I
night
feel the
spot?
same way. I respect it. I don't love it. But the zone I feel the most that I actually don't like that much, but I respect it, and I'll do it, is actually the Barons. And I say
The Barons as a
I
horde
hate the
player.
Barons.
Dude, I know.
Oh, dude, that's a horde
I'm sorry.
player.
I'm sorry, guys.
As a
I'm
horde-
sorry.
Oh my
Orc
soul,
starting zone,
dude.
Duratar, all that is just so trash.
Thank you.
Oh,
Dude, it's just.
This is a
It
fucking
hurts,
desert.
Here's the
dude.
worst part. Here's the worst part. If you're
It hurts.
undead, you can go in Tearsful and then go to Barons and kind of be like, eh. But if you're an orc, you're just Baroned
You're
out.
fucked. Yeah,
One.
it's like, yeah, I know, and thank you. I feel guilty saying this as a horde player, but I just don't feel that way about the Barons, man. And guess what? I love Dunmoreau. I think it's one of my favorite leveling zones in the early.
Dude, you're an
leveling
alliance
zones.
player at heart. I'm telling you.
I know. I love
Yes, you
snowy
are.
zones. Okay, I
All
love
the alliance zones
Winter
are
Spring's
dope.
my favorite. They are dope. Thank you. They
All
are
of them
dope.
are dope.
The alliance zones are dope. Yes.
The alliance zones
They
are.
are.
As someone
Yeah.
who just freshly leveled through them, they are absolutely fire. The original
Yeah.
1 to 30, they were
Yeah.
so good, dude. So good. So good. Ask me the name of a horde quest. I probably couldn't even tell you, bro. Echayaki. Man Crix wife.
Achiaki?
Probably not even called that. No, that's called Lost for
Achi-
Battle.
And then the Baron just goes on forever. And right when you
It
think you're
does.
out of it, they send you to Stone Town. You're like, oh, I'm finally
Plain
done.
Strider
Like,
Menace,
oh,
dude.
nope,
I named
sorry,
one.
You got
I'm going.
50 fucking quests, and you're like, what do I do with all these quests?
Name 5 Baron's quests. Go. Off the top of your
the
head.
harpies.
Off the top of your head.
Echikaki.
No, we said that one already.
Silver. Okay,
Oh, stolen silver. That's one. That's
Cat's
one.
Eye Emerald.
Oh, that's two.
Zebra hooves?
Hold on. Plane Strider. Fucking.
I said that one already. Can't use that one.
Okay. Hold on. Then I'll go with the chicks. The fucking you gotta get their the Slayers, the Harpy Slayers.
Okay, that's three. That's three. That's
Serpent.
three.
No, not Serpent Bloom. What's the one with at the bottom?
That's four. I mean, Serpent Bloom doesn't count.
Yeah, the Ratchet one. And then the fucking Kill Baron fucking dude on the coast near Ratchet.
I need the name verbatim, dude.
Baron Longshore.
No, what's the actual quest name?
Baron Longshore. Kill Baron Longshore.
One in Baron
Longshore. Yeah.
All right, one
and
more.
then you got the fucking. That's all of them, right? That was 5.
That's all the Baron's quest right there. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's all.
No, that's 4. You need one more. You need one more.
Samaflange.
Oh, you did it. You did it.
Samaflange. There you go.
I couldn't probably
You
name.
didn't say the zebras?
I couldn't name one Night Elf
He
quest.
said that. He already said it.
Oh, Bloodfeather. Serena Bloodfeather, that's what it's called.
Serena Bloodfeather, yeah.
So if
I can name a Night Elf quest, that fucking cave that sucks.
I couldn't name
That
literally
always die
one Night Elf
into,
quest.
you know?
I can't name a single one. Dude, can you name one? I know you love the Night Elves. I feel like you could do it.
Wow. Night Elf quests.
See, nobody can do it, dude. That's
I know Spider Cave.
That's not
Tumors.
a quest name. Spider Cave. Go into the Spider Cave and die 8 times. That's the name of the quest.
Tumors? Say tumors?
Spider Cave
Yeah.
running all the way up that tower.
And
Not a tumor.
He's stop botting it right now, dude. He's
He's on
Night Elf starting zone.
He's rolling a new tune right now, guys.
In vanilla, I would make a Night Elves and I would run all. I would go all the way to Elwyn Forest.
That says something though. The fact that people can, the starting zone. I bet you could do it for Elwyn Forest though. Then.
Oh, I could totally do it for
Elwyn
Tearsfall, though.
Forest.
20,000 things.
I could totally do it for Tearsfall. Fucking, but Tearsfall is like probably the most noted
Go.
because you got.
Tearsfall.
Whoa! I mean, come on, you got the Scarlet Crusade.
Okay.
You've got mindless fucking wretches, mindless zombies. You've got the pumpkin quest. You got the Scarlet the Scarlet Signet the Signet. You've got Baron's Peril. You've got fucking
that's 5.
wait, hold on. You've got the Haunted Mills. You've got
6.
Maggot Eye. You've got
7.
the Mills, Agamemnon Mills.
8. Well, that's
You've
like a
got,
quest. Yeah.
Family, the Family Crypt. Baron's Perils and Silverfine. You're right. Baron's Perils and Silverfine. I'm sorry. I don't know what. But you've got a Rogue Steel. You've got a Fields of Grief. You've got Future Task. Grave Robbers. Gordo's Task. All
right, we get it. You got 10. You got 10. Jeff knows his shit. Knows his shit.
Yeah.
Dunedain, can you do human zones or not?
but if Westfall counts, Westfall's kind of easy.
It's got to be like
Rogue Steel.
Northshire and then the very first part of Goldshire.
No, I can't. I don't think so.
Damn.
Maybe red leather bandanas, but it's more like the objectives. I don't really
know the quest names.
The quest names.
I could
maybe
probably
it's
do all of
called red
Duratar
leather
off the top of the head,
bandanas.
dude. I could probably do all of Duratar from start to finish. I could probably do every quest. I thought about it long enough. Just to
That's
start,
crazy.
like Welcome to the World or Whole New World. Then you got Sarkoth, Cutting Teeth. You've got Lazy Peons. You've got Burning Blade Medallion. You've got, I forgot what the imp one's called. You've got, let me think of more in the starting zone here. More in the starting zone. For the mining pick, Drazil's mining pick, Drazil's pick.
Yeah.
Right?
What's the name of the Scorpion?
Oh, Sarkoth, of course, Sarkoth.
Oh, you
right?
already said that. Yeah,
He goes
sorry,
around. Then
yeah,
you got then you go into Sinjin Village. You got the Centaur Bracer one, or the disrupting the attacks is one.
yeah.
The Kolkar, whatever. Yeah, I could go on and on. Anyway, it's a little harder actually when you're doing it, but there's a lot there. There's a lot there. There's a lot
That's
there.
a lot. I only know the human ones. I don't know none else.
Yeah. The
the
cactus
ones.
apples for sure. Now the human ones, dude. There's some good ones though. The Fargo Deep Mine, dude.
Great.
The Millie's Vineyard.
Kill the princess, slay the princess.
Pie.
slay the
Oh,
princess.
Billy's
Yeah.
Pie. Yeah.
Billy's
Yeah.
Pie, Grandma.
Millie's
what was
Pie
it?
slaps, dude.
Note to William.
Note to William. Yeah.
The
Cobalt
cobalt
cleanup.
candles, the cobalt, the gold dust thing.
Yeah. Gold dust.
Gold
Gold
tooth.
dust. Yeah.
True,
Fuck.
true.
Yeah.
Well, wait. The kill the princess is the pig, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where boys become men, killing princess in Elwyn
Yep.
Forest.
What's the bonker? Not bonkers.
Oh, Hogger.
That's what we know.
Hogger. That's what I'm saying.
We know too much about this game, dude.
Bonker.
We know a lot about this game, but I don't
I
know.
said bonkers.
Kelp.
Grandma McClure's pie. That's
What's the other
Grandma
mine?
McClure's
What's the
pie.
there's
Azurlode,
Fargo mine and there's
Azurlode.
Jasper.
Jangalo.
Jasper Load.
Oh,
There's the one quest though that makes you go
Jasper
north.
Load.
Jasper Load.
The north mine that no one ever does that one. I don't know why, but no one ever does that one. You do the Fargo
Yeah.
beat, but then the one up north, you just like nah.
Fargo
Jasper
D,
Load.
Jasper Load.
Mm-hmm.
There you
I
go.
got a Jasper load.
You got a Jasper Load, spicy. I got a Jasper Load.
I
for
thought
ya.
it was Django, but it's
Oh, it's
obviously
probably
just-
I thought it was-
Django.
Oh, it is
I thought
It is
I thought it
Django
was
Load.
Azurlode.
Brutal
Where's
savage
Azurlode?
wreck, dude.
Django?
Azurlode.
Azurlode is in Hillsbrad, right? Is that? Wait, isn't there an Azurlode? Azurlode, yeah, Azurlode
Oh man.
in right south of Hillsbrad Fields, and that's in fuck. That's not. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's Hillsbrad. Janger load, Jasper load.
Anyway, man, faction balance. we derail here on Good Morning Azeroth. It's all part of the programming.
Goldfish, bro.
We are some
Yeah.
goldfish, but
Yeah.
we mean no harm. Faction balance, yeah, I don't know what to do. Blizzard just might be kind of fucked on that one, dude. They might have to.
Yeah, they gotta chalk it up a lot.
Maybe we can have all the ramifications like get dumped on retail. So like we incentivize people to go play on the Alliance and they get like 9 million gold and 14 pig mounts and they get to get a StarCraft 2 skin or something like that. We could do that and get them to play Alliance. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's something to think of. So the bots.
Or, they could probably fix it if they opened up. Oh, did you already talk about open up faction? Switching factions.
We did talk about that. We did talk about we
Oh.
in the past.
Switching from Horde to Alliance, or vice versa.
As much as that hurts, it's still a way to fix it without going into the realm of changes, right? There's no changes in terms of balance or the game at all.
Wait,
But-
you guys talking about faction switching?
but a very before Def Camp has an aneurysm though. Like it would be for very specific servers with
Fuck
very
no.
scuffed
Like
faction
ours.
situations, like 80-20.
engagement.
They say Blizzard goes, all right, first 1,000 players to enter this little, Def Camp's having a stroke, dude. We lost them.
It could be Skyrim. Only Horde can do.
You say 1,000 players can switch over. This is not open to the general audience. Like emergency, sorry, we shit the bed. Like the service scuffed. Like we can fix it a little bit here. Everyone just forget that happened. Like you could do it something like that.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen?
Never gonna happen.
Not in a million years. Over Def
Not
Camp's
in a
dead body.
million
Dude.
years. Over my dead fucking body.
Oh man, dude. That's funny. Yeah, because people always say, "What are you gonna do with Shaman versus Paladin?" You say, "Sorry, Shaman, you can't faction transfer." Like,
Never gonna happen.
you were supposed to be a diehard Horde enthuest for life. You're a Shaman, so you're stuck here.
Yeah.
Until TBC comes out, look how many people are gonna go Paladin on Horde and Shaman on Alliance.
TBC's a real issue. I think.
Draenei
No,
Shamans shit.
Draenei are kind of cool though.
They're the worst.
Are.
Draenei?
How can
Space
space?
though?
How can
Zones
space
suck,
aliens
Draenei.
become shamans?
Because that's what WoW is. WoW is all about space and shit.
WoW is all about space. Correct facts.
Low-key,
Facts.
yeah.
Not
Space
vanilla
game.
WoW. Not
Not vanilla
WoW.
WoW, but every other iteration it became a space game, dude. Even with the I remember. You guys remember making your first Draenei character and loading in and
Hell
Never
yeah.
been a
even
fucking
even
Draenei.
back then I like scratched my head. I was like, yo, what
Get
is
the Naruto
this, dude? I'm in a space
Oh,
capsule.
horrible. One of
You're
the
literally
worst
starting
starting,
space
the
capsule.
worst starting zone ever made. Worst
It
starting
is.
zone
It's some
ever
shit
made.
out of
so much
Dropship
run- it
Troopers,
is.
yo. You hit the ground. It's like out of Halo. You come out of the little pod, yo, and you
It
hit the
is
ground
so much
running. Like,
fucking running. It's insane how much running you do over there.
No French. They're not from Draenor. Draenor. They went to. They're from Argus originally.
Argus.
They're from Argus.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like
Sounds
space.
about right. Yeah, I mean the space.
That's a planet
Apart-
outside of Mars, right?
Draenor was a place that they went to after the Burning Legion tried to kill them all at Argus. So, but the thing is, like, yeah, they're a race of fucking space goats with technology. How are they shamans? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, the shaman part probably doesn't, but
Yeah.
once you're out of the starting zone, I kind of like how Draenei look, especially Draenei Paladin.
Oh my god!
freelance.
The cinematic was dope, though. Think about the cinematic.
Yeah.
Think about the
Okay,
cinematic.
that was cool. The cinematic was
dope
cool.
for that.
The guy has the big like
The book,
hammer
yeah.
with the
What's
purple
the
rock
hammer?
in
What's the
it.
hammer called?
Yeah.
The book.
The
Oh, the
big
book.
purple fucking
Oh,
mace
the one
that
from
he had.
Gruul's Lair. From Gruul's Lair. Yeah, I don't, it's the one from Gruul's Lair.
And the
yeah.
Alliance
I don't know the name, but
Yeah.
Chat name.
That's the Alliance Chad race too. Like they got the strong jawline. They got
Yeah,
the they
French,
got
they
their,
are ugly.
they're like the
They're ugly.
Taurans.
They're
dude.
ugly as sin. I agree with
Yeah, they're like the
Nice
Taurans.
little racial they had, that little heel they had, the little gift, and I mean not racial,
Gift
but
and
the
Naru.
gift
and Naru.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
kinda-
more like gift of the fucking bullshit.
Wasn't that good on
This
Warriors
guy.
and stuff though? Actually,
Wait,
that
are
was.
you a female Night Elf hater or like a female Draenei? Are you switching sides real quick, bud?
He's both.
Wait,
he's
wait,
just
what?
he's just a Draenei hater across the board, right?
I'm a Draenei hater, yeah, 100%.
Draenei hater. But
I
Blood
hate
Elves
Naru.
though.
Wow,
I
we
think I
didn't
hate
get
Draenei
that.
more than I hate Night Elves. Like,
But Blood Elves though. How do you guys feel
Blood
about
Elves,
Blood Elves?
Oh,
Blood Elves
man.
are
That racial's broken.
Chad, how do you feel
it's
about Blood
broken.
Elves?
broken. The racial is too good. Not to mention, Seal of Blood. Okay, as a ret paladin in BC, fucking dope.
True.
Holy, you know,
Arcane Torrent, broken.
Arcane Torrent, so good. What about a Blood Elf Paladin tank, dude? You got an AoE silence, right? You've got fucking Avenger Shield, right? You've got fucking
And it gives you mana back.
and it gives you mana back, exactly.
Like what is it, like 5%,
So good.
3%?
Like, I don't care if you think Blood Elves look stupid or whatever, or they're snobby. They're
They
dope,
look
dude.
badass to me. They had the best mod. I mean, I guess you can't mod in this game, but they look the best in the armor.
They do look pretty dope in
I'm
armor.
trying to think
Fuck
about
off
them
that twisting
objectively.
thing, that jump
I-
twist is
If I'm being totally honest with
yeah.
you guys, I used to be the longest time a Blood Elf hater. I used to be like, "Yo, Blood Elves, bunch of soy boys."
It's
They look like
easy to hate on them, though.
You know, they look like little soy boys. But then I'm actually coming around to them. I'm thinking about them right now. I'm thinking about the cinematic with them in it. I'm thinking about their place
I
in
hate
the
how they
Warcraft
make
universe. They're kind of like
It's
that
dope.
high elf looking thing, right? Because even
They
in Classic
are,
WoW, they
yes.
had the
That's
dudes
why
that kind of
they
look
are,
like them.
Yeah.
Legolas.
So-
That's why I took them.
Yeah, the
You
soul
know.
patches are kind of lame as well. They are.
I'm kind of coming around to them, man. I'm and, you know,
But they're
kind of.
level-
They have probably the best looking zones in game, though.
Yeah, the
They-
leveling
oh my God,
zone.
Everstone Woods? Oh my god, dude.
Well,
The
look
best-
how quick you go from light to day, like light to dark right away. Like you don't have to wait. It's not too much in the light, and it's not too
Yeah.
much in the dark. It's
That's the thing too. So, I don't want to. I'm not personally gonna probably. Maybe I might
Dude,
play
French
it
Tech
up, but
just spoke truth right there. Like, French Tech, that is the legit truth right there. He just said that is literally the reason Horde is more populated than Ally on retail culture for 10
yeah,
years.
that racial is insane.
That is fucking
If
true.
that
Temple
ratio's
used
been
that.
nerfed like 3 times too. It just got
Yep.
nerfed.
It does provide a pretty race for the Horde too, right? I gotta throw it out there,
Yeah.
man. I'm not going female blood off. Don't worry, dude.
Yeah.
Your boy's not gonna do that. But you know,
But I will
that's
have
a certain.
I will have a blood off paladin.
Yeah.
You can see.
I will lose my votive for
Yeah.
Blood Elf.
You'll lose your water for blood
Yeah.
elf.
I'm telling you, my main will still be Undead Priest in BC because I think Holy Priest in BC is the most amazing thing. Other than, I mean, Disc. I was talking about this with Charlene yesterday. Disc in Wrath was amazing as well, but I love Holy Priest in the Burning Crusade. Not to mention Shadow in BC is fucking amazing. So is Discipline, bro. Reflective Shield. Oh my god, so good.
Something
Yo,
for Horde
bro.
players' girlfriends to
Discipline,
play with.
yo, Mass Dispel, bro.
Oh, no.
Mass Dispel, fuck your paladins, bro. Fuck your bubble.
Oh, Mass
Gotcha.
Dispel.
Going.
Yeah, was
gone.
Shattering Throw, is that BC? The warrior ability? Is that the break
I
the bubble or
forget.
is that Wrath? I think it might have been Wrath.
It's-
You know,
it might
Can
have
you
been
think of
Wrath,
how many warriors are gonna main swap when it comes to? We're gonna lose.
Oh my God.
dude! Nobody's gonna be a warrior.
Yeah.
So,
They're so
would
bad.
you guys change main when TBC comes out?
Nope, I'm still a Holy Priest 100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's actually my favorite iteration of Holy Priest.
I might go
in BC.
Hunter, dude. I might go Hunter.
You're going
Well,
Hunter.
I might
Probably,
go Hunter
dude.
too, actually.
Hunter's sick
I'm-
in TBC. I played
I'm
Hunter
staying
in
Warlock
TBC.
because Warlock is just TBC corruption.
Warlock is
Seed of
ridiculous in
corruption.
BC.
Man,
Yeah.
it's just.
Warlock
They
is
have the
sick,
most
yeah.
damage. They have the
Arena?
most damage
Yo,
on
What is
like,
that? Remember that headpiece that they jump? I can't do it on the stream. And
Yeah.
they jump and it goes
Oh yeah.
and
Like
they
this
float.
is the worst state of
Yeah.
Warlock that the game has seen is right now in the very beginning of Classic. That's like the
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel for Warlocks. It's just fucking.
But BC was like the best, bro.
Like
Like one of the
Cyber
best,
Life
seriously.
Soul Link build. Oh man, yeah.
Dude, and then you
SLSL
just
broken.
yeah,
Locks
and then
become big
Destro.
slappers.
Destro was amazing in BC too, dude.
Big true.
Like
Carlos,
Destro was
Carlos, you need to
insane.
stay Warlock, bro. You
Stay
need
Warlock?
to see TBC
You
Warlock,
really do.
man. It's nasty.
Yeah.
Yo,
Just ask-
Honestly, I
about
don't
it, bro.
know.
kind of hyped for TBC though. Thinking about
But
it.
Hunter's
right now.
really good. Hunter's really good in TBC.
They are, but if you get that one shot macro,
Rogue.
bro, so fucking broken. I know a lot about BC. I played BC.
I want to get on a PC private server.
I played
didn't
one
play
for a long
BC
time, man, and I love it
BC,
so
actually.
much.
I'm going.
I did every raid in BC during BC, right? And I played them on private servers as well. So like, I feel like BC is like my if I had a master's degree or a doctorate, it would be in the Burning Crusade.
In the Burning Crusade, really? Well,
yeah,
that was the first expansion I started actually playing the game at a decent level.
Yeah, me
that's
too,
True.
me
That's
too.
true. I was
Yeah,
one of
so
the first
I
people on
actually
the server
started
to get
playing.
in. Yeah.
I can
The
ask any
leveling zones are
questions.
dope, man.
Ask a question.
That's
What was it?
What question?
No, I don't know that much about TBC. The last time I played it was in BC itself.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That's
like if you're on
amazing.
like on private servers, I played it a lot as well as I
And
did vanilla private servers.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so like Priest in BC is so fucking good. Every spec, dude. Every spec. Mages, I think get boomkins. Shamans become so much more versatile. You get like water shield and like
Palace are fine too.
Arenas,
Palace are great.
though.
Arenas, bro. Arena, like I got up to a pretty high arena rating back in BC. I played my rogue and my priest in arena back in BC.
Timeless Isle,
fucking-
though. Or no, what was it called? Timeless Isle, right?
Bro,
Talking about
Dunedain.
Isle of Kildanos.
Kildanos,
Oh
yeah.
my god, yo, I take it back. Sorry, that was very
Dunedain, the
offensive.
raid.
Timeless Isle, scuff.
TBC. The raids in TBC are the
The best.
the best.
Yeah, I know that. I
They're
played
phenomenal.
TBC and
Yeah.
I cleared everything
BC, though.
except what's the last one? Sunwell.
French Tech TBC
Fun
was
one,
not thick. It was actually the shortest expansion, though. That's the thing. It was
It
the
didn't
shortest.
feel it though because there was so much content.
It's like a year
right?
and a half, dude.
There was so much fucking content.
Yeah.
So anyway,
What?
if TBC ever comes out, I'm not sure if I would stay with my paladin, but if I would probably play protection. I think they would be.
Yeah,
Yo,
they
top
do.
paladins were.
And-
I bet
so
almost
good.
every warrior is gonna go switch to a tank pally.
Or a druid. Or
Yeah.
a druid tank.
Okay.
Druid tanks are so good. In
Don't
BC.
don't get caught up in the hype of what we're saying right now, Chad. I gotta ask you guys a question. If TBC were to come out, just think if TBC
coming,
comes
dude.
out
It's
and it comes
coming.
out, and then 6 months later, when all the dust is settled, right? Everything is chill again. There's that initial hype is gone, right?
Mhm.
What game are you gonna mainly play the most between TBC and vanilla? Like,
Oh, TBC.
Oh, I'll never go
Okay,
back to
100%.
Classic ever.
hold on. What? Hold on.
Here-
Oh, I'm gonna heart
100%
attack. I mean,
TBC.
heart palpitations.
Well,
right
no,
now.
here's why. Because
Hold on.
we just played. We
Oh,
just
my
played
heart,
vanilla for
dude.
2 years.
Yeah, we just
We
played
just
for
played
3
vanilla
years.
for 2 years, right?
Yeah, 2-3 years.
Yeah. So why would we? Why
Okay.
would we go back to it? Like I want to go, progression.
We're saying after the okay, it's hard to think about this thought experiment. So let's say you play TBC.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's no way to do it because something's always going to be more fresh in your mind. Like,
Like
I don't think I would ever log into Classic.
I would
Yeah.
play classic. I would still play
Crix
it,
is ready to
definitely.
ditch Classic forever, man.
So
I
if
think
they
Classic's a
made
better
fresh Classic
game, dude.
servers-
Classic's a better game.
What?
It has to be, dude.
Okay,
It
so
has
if
to
they
be.
made fresh classic servers, I would definitely still have a tune over there. I'd make someone,
Yeah.
but saying classics is a better game is like saying you've got arenas, you've got better raids, you have more balanced, classes.
Bro.
I mean, I love classics
No.
for what it is. Like, I love the fact that it's not perfect. I love the fact that there are imbalances, and I love how the hybrids have
Yeah.
different feelings about it. I love that about classic, but to me, BC is just a step.
I wish I
above.
had a fucking
Okay.
camera. I'm smiling
You're
so
smiling.
big. talking
We gotta
about
ask the chat.
The
So, what
fucking
is a better
raids.
game? Oh, the raids. Let me ask.
Well, think about it, because the raids aren't free, man. They're like
Cargos
25.
has a point though.
What's-
Vanilla is actually a better game.
Uh,
I think
it's
vanilla
hard,
as
man.
a whole is better. The leveling, especially, is better. It's not as
You got-
linear.
Well, when you're
There's no
looking at
space
vanilla-
goats. There's
You're
no
looking at vanilla in you can't really judge because vanilla is like a whole game, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
you have 1 to 60. BC's not; it's 60 to 70, right? So
Yeah.
it's very hard to judge them in that term.
It is,
Like,
it is.
It's,
So-
like
It
BC
really
is not a whole
is.
game, Yeah.
No,
Here's the
BC
real
pre-
one. Do you think the faction would be more balanced if in TBC? Because a lot of people want to be Horde because they want to be a shaman. But if you're able to be Alliance and a shaman, do you think the imbalancing would
no.
still be there?
Don't think so.
I think it's going to be
Because
way
of
more
what else?
forward in
Hard,
BC
dude.
as well.
Guys, just
I think
vote.
people are-
What else?
Actions speak louder than words. Let's see what you guys think. What is a better game? Think about all things. Like, this is important, dude. These are the best games ever
I can't
made.
answer.
We gotta-
I can't answer it. To me, it's the same game.
Well,
time.
PC
Is it
improved
Chris?
on a lot of things, but it also is the start of where things started to get wrong. Like the
I
leveling.
think
No,
Wrath
no,
is that
no.
for me. I think
Yeah,
Wrath-
yeah, it definitely is. In my
Yeah.
opinion, you have flying, you have more instanced content because you have arenas, you have other things which I can't really.
I'm starting to think
about
they
right now,
shouldn't make DBC. Yo, Blizzard,
I
don't
feel
make
like
Yeah,
DBC.
expansions-
bro.
I feel
Blizzard,
like
don't make
it's all
DBC.
about in-game
End the
stuff.
stream.
Blizzard,
say that on stream, bro.
don't make
You can't say
TBC
it on
Blizzard.
stream, bro.
Hell,
You can't say it
Blizzard.
on stream.
I'm gonna just say it before it's too late. It's a landslide victory. It's
can't say it
3-1. People are
No,
saying TBC
no.
to vanilla 3-1. The vanilla will always be the best because it's the base game. It's the game that started it all. It's the game. It gets like extra brownie points. It always has to be the best version of the game, dude. It has
I
to
can
be.
understand that. I understand that, right? It's vanilla was the original. However, people talk about I want Classic Plus, bro. That's BC, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
why? No.
Oh,
Classic Plus. What are you gonna do for
man.
Classic Plus? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna?
No classic.
that's what I'm
plus.
saying. It's
Just vanilla,
Like,
that's it.
Just
You're gonna
BC,
chill at
bro.
max forever?
Yeah, BC is the answer. Like, there's nothing else that can happen after vanilla.
They're gonna
Other
do
than
TBC, man.
releasing vanilla
There's no way around it. They're doing
They are.
TBC.
Yeah,
They're going to do TBC.
And I'm gonna have
It's gonna
a
be
ball of a
lit.
time. And
It's
so
gonna
are
be
you,
dope.
Cargos. You're gonna have, dude. Me and you doing fucking 2v2
Dude.
Cargos. Are you serious, bro?
True.
Cargos is gonna
destroy.
fucking love TBC, and let's remember this conversation when it comes out and be like, oh yeah, remember
Yeah.
that one time that you
Yeah.
fucking hit?
Bro, me playing a Disc Priest or a Shadow Priest SL lock
With the
would be
wall,
seriously,
man.
bro.
What I hope doesn't happen though, I agree with everything you're saying. TBC actually sounds mad fun. I'm trying to remember all like just imagine doing the dailies in Al Keldanas. It was so fun, dude. And it's just getting
It's more-
earning
much more better things than
earning
that.
the nether the dragon, the stingray,
Drake,
the stingray, the
Karazhan.
talbuck, the Karazhan.
Parody.
There was
Okay, wait. Before you go on, there's one thing I just thought about that in TBC is really getting worse, and that's professions. In my opinion. Many people say it's not, but
Yeah.
it really is. You have way more
Yeah.
things.
I don't even
you can-
remember professions.
I
That's
actually
it.
Yeah.
really
But
love
to be
I
honest-
actually love.
You have
That's-
way more plants you can gather in classic. Let's say enchanting. You have like or blacksmithing or whatever.
Because there's
basically.
300 levels in vanilla though.
Yeah, but no,
No,
there are
75
way more
and-
end game patterns that
Yeah,
you are
well,
trying to get, and they're
Have you
all
ever
good.
done jewel crafting though? Have you ever done jewel crafting?
Oh, jewel
Jewel
crafting. Jewel
crafting.
crafting was
Crafting
fun,
was
dude.
dope.
Jewel crafting's
Yeah,
amazing.
well,
bro.
Oh, actually, no. I think jewel crafting was dope. Actually, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Very
But if you look at like blacksmithing, for example, you can
Yeah.
make your hammer, which is best hammer in game till the end of TBC. But other than that, there's not really like the money making things. They are not in there.
That's true. Blizzard
Hmm.
did shit to better professions as the games went by too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, here's the thing that I'm concerned about with TBC. I hope that when TBC comes out, Classic isn't just seen as chopped liver, and people just be like, yo, TBC's way better, there's no reason to play Classic, don't play Classic, and people kind of like, the legacy of Classic kind of gets disrespected, yo, like, because everyone's just going to play TBC, and people are going to be like, hey, man, I'm starting to play WoW, what game should I play? And everybody's like, just play TBC, it's just a more refined version of Classic, like,
So
nobody's
hard
going to play
versions
Classic
of the
anymore,
game.
maybe, I don't know, second
It's
half.
so hard to say that though because like, you know, like vanilla has its time, right? Like, you know, and then it's a hard thing to look into, right? Because like, I'm sure Cargos and you know there are a lot of people out there want to still play vanilla WoW, like having fresh servers and all that, but you gotta have PC too. Like you can't. So it's really hard. Like, what's the fix? I don't know. Like, do you know? You know what I'm saying?
So,
I think it'll depend on if you start a whole new character on TBC or do you just go from start
You'd
you're
have to go
saying
from
like
6 to
my
7.
warlock right now, or are you gonna go from it's a whole new server? Start
yo,
from scratch?
maybe you do have to do that. Maybe you have to level on a classic server or something.
But we already
Treat
have
it
our
like it
classic
was.
servers now.
And
Like,
then-
you know, why wouldn't I bring my priest there?
Maybe they give you the option to. And like,
Yeah.
I think it will be just the characters transfer over
Characters
to TBC.
transfer,
and
yeah.
That's basically it.
like an expansion.
Yeah, I think so. But the solution, I guess, is do it in like rotations.
I just
Do
hope
classic
Classic
maybe.
doesn't get devalued like with TBC coming out. Here's the thing though. I have a
understand.
feeling of what's gonna happen. Okay, here's another question. What is a better game, TBC or Wrath? Because it's likely they'll probably do Wrath at that point. And then
No, it's TBC for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
TBC.
I mean,
TBC.
beginning of Wrath
fun,
was
though.
great.
Wrath
but
was a lot of.
Wrath was a lot of fun. It was, but DBC's better game.
Wintercraft was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what is-
good points. Wintercraft is really nice.
So what's the difference comparing TBC and Wrath compared to Classic and?
Because they're both
Classic and-
expansions.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
both
That's where I'm going with it.
expansions, you know?
Yep,
Yeah,
we're on the
yeah.
same boat. We're on the same
ICC
boat.
was pretty good too, actually.
Yeah, I
Wrath
think-
was fun. Wrath was cool.
Let's
They're
see.
both
Let's see what they think. Let's see what they think. So yeah, okay. It's like comparing apples to oranges. Comparing Classic is
Yeah.
just A1, dude. Like you compare expansions, it feels better doing that. I don't know.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Classic is the stake, right? and then BC is like the steak sauce, like
Yeah, I love it. Keep going. I like it.
Okay,
Keep going.
Okay, so like, say you got
Where's the cheese and rice though?
Okay, here we go. Here's a different analogy. You got a dinner, right? Okay, classic is the steak, TBC is the mashed potatoes, and then like Wrath is the fucking green beans, but the steak is the main course, right? The steak is the main thing, But the mashed potatoes are great. You add them with it, right? That's part of the meal. But and everything else, you add, maybe you got a nice dinner roll, whatever. But classic will always be that steak, is what I'm saying.
But what if Wrath of the Lich King is like the vegan crumble that like your wife like crumbles on top of the steak and it makes it worse?
Well, no, that's Warlords. That's Warlords.
Oh, that's Warlords of Draenor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cataclysm. Yeah.
All right.
No,
Wrath is
it's actually
Said
decent.
Wrath is a toothpick. That was pretty good.
Wrath is the tiramisu, dude. Tiramisu slaps, though, brother.
Wrath is like a shitty dessert at the end of a really good.
Oh man, it's all fun stuff, guys.
I love this fucking game though.
Should we wrap? We're over right now, but I mean, I'm having fun. I don't know what you guys want to do.
That's McDonald likes what we're saying.
I should probably go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
We can talk about BWO next week or something. That'll be something.
Let's do that, baby.
All right, that sounds good. We got a good amount of people in here. Good turnout. This was a fun one, dude. It was
a lot of fun, bro. A lot of fun.
Absolutely awesome. Seamus, thank you for the $10, brother. Wrath was better than TBC from a narrative point of view. Raids are also better.
Wrath was better than
I don't know if I agree with that, but thank you for
from
the
a
$10,
narrative point of view.
Appreciate the 10, Seamus. Good to see you
better
here.
emo.
Guys, if you enjoyed the content, just keep paying the internet bill so you can come back next week. There's no YouTube channel of Crix quite yet, is there? Is there usually?
No, there will be after this week.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have a YouTube, but I don't have to post anything. Not yet.
Dunedane's live. We gotta shill somebody. Who are we gonna shill? Who do we shill? Dunedane. Let's shill Dunedane.
Who's live right now?
Well, we gotta.
Okay.
The people here. Like what? Dunedane, can you post your channel? Dunedane's been streaming.
Yeah.
Melderon. Oh, shill Melderon too. Melderon.
Yeah, let me put
Melderon's streaming
Twitch
there.
one here and all. Yeah. So Twitch.tv.
We gotta. Yeah. Melderon has been streaming. Believe it or not, he's been doing really good. So follow him.
Yeah, go ahead and give Melderon a follow, guys, if you guys want. He'd really appreciate it. I also stream as well, if you guys don't know, and I'll put that as well. But Melderon can really use the follows. He can really use he just started streaming, so if you guys want to go over there and just give him a quick follow, also do it to Dunedane, and if you haven't done on mine as well. And then I'll also link Melderon and I's YouTube channel.
Okay.
1 sec. YouTube's.
We're
we're almost we're at 27,000. Hold on, wait, almost there. Almost at 27,000 subs. Almost there.
You'd love to see it. That's awesome.
Almost there. Yeah.
If you want to play with us, the RP server is Bloodsail Buccaneers, or you can go on Dunedin server. The Fellowship is on which server is that one? It's Bloodfang
EU.
Bloodfang EU
server. Yeah.
You're more than welcome on Bloodsail if you want to switch things up, guys. The guild's called CWL Expeditionary Force. I'm going to be continuing to stream and just have these chill, nice streams with you. I'll probably stream in another hour, so I'll take a little break and all that. I'm going to host Serana. Please say hi to Serana from me. Serana is the biggest brain rogue I know, and he's very, very good at explaining things, and he's a very, very nice dude who I've known for a long time. So we're going to host him. Go say hi to him for me, and we're going to end the stream right here, guys. We'll see you on GMA.